We gonna cross over. You want to switch it?
Oh, I tried to, but mine don't. It ain't working for some reason. It used to work.
It's the iPhone.
It used to work. It's funny. How's it looking though? You good on that?
Yeah. I mean,
bring it down a little bit. Oh, turn it this way. Okay.
That's crazy. That's crazy. What's they call that mode? Photo mode?
Yeah, photo block.
Yeah, you got that off. Yeah, that's right. Y'all ready though? All right, Shalom, Shalom. We are the true Hebrew Israelites, all right, coming out here to prophesy the downfall of America. But before we start and getting into that, we're going to face the east. We're going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Yahushai. We're going to give double honor to the apostle, great millstone, who rule on Israel, and a hearty Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, we out here another week through the mercy and the spirit of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, to come out here and preach this prophesy. Yeah, woo, you're right. You're right. All right. Yeah, so if you can go ahead, brother. Okay. All right, so we're going to talk about the part and the thunder of the time. Can somebody get that word thunder? Get a thunder first, and then second maybe 6 and 7. Go down to you stop at 10. Okay. Go ahead, brother.
The word asunder, it reads on just the Google basic definition, a part divided or into pieces.
All right, a part divided or into pieces, man. All right, as we go further into the days of our lives in this time frame, you see prophecy jumping off the roof, man. All right, you see division amongst the people. You see what part of Africa is it? Where they're doing alliances with Russia. Some part of Africa. I don't know off the top of my head what part it's part of that continent, whatever country within that continent. All right, these things, the division amongst the people, the downfall of the American dollar, the digital currency that's building up, all these things are signs for division, all right, between the times that we're living in and the times that's coming. Because the time that's coming is going to be hard times. Uganda, okay? And those are the same people that said they didn't want that LGBT stuff spread within their nation a few months. See, right? Because so that they don't fuck with the West, man. They don't fuck with America just like we don't in a sense, man. But all these things that you're seeing trickling up in the news is dividing the times, man. Did you have something? Did your brothers have something? Go ahead, you grab that.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the time?
What's going to be the division of the times, man? How can we know? Can somebody get you know what I'm talking about?
Okay. It reads on 2nd Ezra 6, bro. 6 and 7. For when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follows?
The end of the first, man, the end of the world, the age that we're living in, right? Because if you go into Daniel, the 2nd chapter, the Lord allowed Nebuchadnezzar to have a vision, and the Lord allowed Daniel to break down that vision, and every kingdom within that vision was spoken of. Now we're in the time frame of Esau and his kingdom, the latter part of his kingdom, all right, and how it's going to be broken down. If you read in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, it tells you that Yahushua is going to be the actual cornerstone that's going to physically divide the time, because he's going to destroy this place. And after he destroys this place, the kingdom of heaven is going to be set up. Right. Can somebody get Revelation 5 and 10, 5 and 9 and 10, Bible Bishop? Yeah, you hold that too, bro. But I mean, 5 and 9 and 10. Because it talks about how the kingdom of heaven is going to be here on earth. Because that's where it's going to be.
The book of Revelation, chapter 5, verse 9. And they sung a new song, saying, thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof.
And the Lord already did that by sacrificing stuff. That's how we have the understanding. The understanding came through the Holy Spirit. Start off with the elders to jump in there where one question, then the Lord allows the apostles to great millstone to continue on that doctrine that they learned through the Holy Spirit. And then look at the fruits of great millstone. Look at the fruits of Apostle Sahar and all the great men that have taught from under Apostle Sahar until now, man. Look at their fruit. Everybody and mama know who the Israelites are, man. Go ahead, brother.
It reads on, verse 9, to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to the Most High Yahweh by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people.
Yeah, because if you read James 1 and 1, the scriptures tell you that even within the curses, and even within before the curses, within the books to do or after, the Lord said that He would scatter us if we fucked up, man. You got a kid, your kid don't obey what you tell him to do within your house. You can kick him out your house. That's your house. The same thing with the land of Israel, man. That was the Lord's holy place. We didn't keep the law, statutes, commandments like we promised him through Moses that we would. The Lord fucked us up, kicked us up out of His crib. Same thing you do with your kids, man. All right, same thing the Lord did to us. We didn't keep the law, statutes, commandments, so the Lord scattered us throughout the four corners of the globe. So now the word is going out to every kindred, tongue, and people because Jake is scattered within these nations, man. Go ahead, brother.
Yep. It reads on, verse 10, Revelation 5 and 10, and has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on earth.
So because of the Lord, the mercies of Yahweh sent His son Yahweh, right? Through Yahweh's sacrifice that He stood up so boldly for His people, He made us kings and priests that's going to reign on the earth. Us, the men of Israel, the elect men of Israel. All right? Can somebody, I know I'm jumping all over the place, but can somebody get Revelation 2 and I think it's like 26, where it says, if you endure to the end. Go ahead, brother. Just go ahead. Yeah.
Revelation 2 and 26.
Yep.
Revelation 2 and 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nation.
That's what a king has. He has power over those individuals that's within his territory. The Lord's gonna give us power over the nations, man. There's 18 nations in the Bible, right? We're gonna have power over the Israelite men, women, and children, and over all these other nations, right? Esau's gonna be exterminated. That comes with the dividing of the asunder of the time, but also comes into us ruling it and righteousness, man. Keep going, brother.
It says, verse 27, he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers.
Yep. Keep going, brother.
Even as I received of my father.
Was there more? Oh, that is. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna get the same inheritance that Yahweh had received and was promised, man, through the mercy of Yahweh Shema, right? Keep going and take everything about stuff. Unless brothers had a point. Y'all got a point? Time in, please.
Second Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
You are looking at the end of the first, man. You are looking at the end of this so-called white man's kingdom. All right, he's going down. No matter what you do or say to keep America alive, America is going to be destroyed. Brother, you see yourself on this sign? You're looking at this fake white man Jesus. That you see that? You look. That's not the real image of the Lord. This is the real image of the Lord right here, brother. You see that? That's what your power looks like. His son looks like that. He looks like me and you. You could be a Judite, man. I don't know. You know what a Judite is? Do you see yourself on this sign, brother? Look down. Your so-called heritage is right here, but this is who you really are according to the scripture. You look like you could be an Israelite. I think you're a Judite, but you could be a Gadite, you could be a Levite, you could be an Issacharite. What's your father?
That's my father.
Yeah.
Father.
Yeah.
African American.
So you a Judite, brother. You a so-called Negro, right? If a white man will call you he will call you a nigger, right? Yeah. All right. You a so-called Negro. You a Judite, man, but you an Israelite. The whole message that we giving out here is repentance unto our people because this place is about to be destroyed.
Right.
America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. That's part of the dividing of the time. As every kingdom that had a time before the rule, they had a conqueror come through and take down that kingdom. Yahweh get there too. Yahweh our Lord, who the world even calls Jesus Christ, This bullshit over here, all right, that's that fake. Don't fuck with that. This is what you need to be following after, right? Go ahead, get Daniel 2 and then
So I can
go
take
ahead,
a picture
brother.
of this right here?
Yeah, go ahead. You an Israelite, brother.
I got a precept.
Go ahead, brother.
44.
Go ahead, brother.
Ezekiel 7 and 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none.
There's gonna be no. Go ahead, brother.
So I was bringing that up to make a point about so-called white man's kingdom is going down, but it's going down via destruction.
That's right.
And those people that don't repent are going to get caught up in the destruction.
That's right.
It's laying back on
You're right, brother.
There's no peace coming anytime. We're about to rule under the order of Yahweh Shai through the world ignorantly called Jesus.
That's right. And you see this sign here. Your people were in captivity, whether it was the northern kingdom or the southern kingdom. The Europeans had them in captivity.
Right.
This is what's going to happen unto the people that oppress you. Revelation 13 and 10. 13, 9 and 10. Those who got it? Did somebody grab it? Go ahead, brother.
See, this was about to happen to the so-called white man as a nation.
Daniel,
Double unto them. They did this to us, but guess what? We're going to do it to them, except their captivity is going to be far worse than our captivity. Everybody talks about, so, okay, karma, justice, you should go to jail, you should go to court, you should receive some type of disciplinary action for your actions on this earth until it comes to the so-called white man as a nation. You go and do something right now, say you go rob a store, do something, he still wants to lock your ass up, throw you in jail, right?
I seen
Well,
this,
nobody wants justice nobody wants to bring the so-called white man to trial court for the actions he's done to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
So let me ask y'all a question.
Go ahead.
So you're telling me African Americans, Hispanics, man, we are native. This is our
land, bro.
This is our land.
it belongs to the Native. It belongs to the Native American Indians first,
Right.
because they came over here after their captivity from the Assyrians. You can read that in Second Kings. I believe,
Also, some of the other tribes.
Yeah,
because
but primarily,
primarily.
it was the North, the Southern.
You got the islands, you got, North, South America, and Esau's trying to hide his history with how he stole his land from the so-called Native Americans, and it wasn't just the so-called black man that was in, hardcore slavery and slave labor as well. He had the so-called Native Americans in hardcore slavery, digging up gold in the mines for this man.
If you got time, you could just Google it and read the synopsis of it. Devastation of the Indians by Bartholomew de la Costa. You could just read the synopsis of it, and it tells you how the so-called white man fucked over the northern kingdom, the North American Indians. Go ahead, brother. Get your finger up there, brother.
And see these wicked elites that run this earth, because your presidents, man, they're just pawns of the game. But the ones who really rule are the ones from the shadows, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, these elite wicked banking families, man, that make wars happen.
They reptilians.
Nah, don't leave that shit alone.
Yeah, the reptilians, that ain't really true. That's just another form of the so-called white man throwing tricks out there. But those are the ones who are really in bullshit. And the thing is, those people know who they are. They know that they're Edomites.
Because if you go into that Rothschild, that shit means red shield.
Red shield.
Red shield.
Because the so-called white man is really red. He ain't white. There ain't no such thing as white and black.
Yeah. You consider this brother a black man. You could consider yourself a black man.
Right.
Does he look like his shirt or his garment?
Right.
Does the white man look like my garment? He's really red. Like if you look up if you make a white man angry, all right, or mad or laugh, he look like my garment.
Yeah. And we say that to say this: not every so-called white person is an Edomite. We're dealing with nations. We're not dealing with skin tone. Because you got to understand, the man carries the seed. So you could have Edomites, so-called white people that look like me and you. You got to understand, like, the man carries the seed, so he could lay down with a so-called white, or an Edomite man could lay down with a so-called black woman, and then, through the process of time and generations, eventually that child could come out looking like me and you. But his bloodline goes back to Esau. So he would be a so-called white person.
A perfect example is those two girls from Sister kids, Tamara and Martin. Their father is a so-called white man.
Yeah.
Now, if his lineage goes back to a dick somewhere, then cool. Yeah. But as far as we see, their father is a so-called white man.
Now look at the spirit.
Yeah, that's true. You trying to spirit by the spirit.
Yeah.
And go ahead, go ahead. You good, brother. Go ahead.
Bring this, this is a future prophecy coming to the so-called devil, so-called white man. This is the book of Revelation.
Right here.
Like I said, they reap what they sow. Revelation 13 and 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
So I'm gonna ask you, what is captivity?
Captive, like you're basically chained up, you're locked, basically locked up.
Okay, so that's exactly what's gonna happen to our oppressors, right? We're gonna get to oppress them. The Lord is allowing us to read this to you today, man. You don't hear this stuff in the church. You're not gonna hear this from no Mormons and no Jehovah's Witnesses because they want God is love and peace for everybody. But there's never been no peace for you so-called Negro Latinos and Native American Indians since the so-called white man has came in existence. Because guess what? From the garden even until Genesis 20, when Isaac had Jacob and Esau, there was always a struggle between those two. And it's going on now, even until today.
That's where it started.
It started in the garden. In the Garden of Eden. In the Garden of Eden. When Cain and Abel was about. Right? And then fast forward to 2023. Same thing going on today. The white man hates you. Yes, for 2,000, 3,000, 6,000 plus years.
The Most High separated Jacob and Esau in the womb.
Yeah.
He said 2 nations are in our womb and 2 manner of people.
You're going to get that too, brother. You're going to get it whenever you can.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
What is the sword? So anything can be a weapon. The food in your hand is a weapon. The inoculation that they give you is a weapon. The stuff that's coming out the back of these trucks is a weapon. Your vehicle is a weapon. A woman could be a weapon. You could be a weapon, right? All these things can be used against you to deter you from your purpose and who you're supposed to be in life. So those that kill with the sword, in whatever form it is, they're gonna be killed with the sword. And whatever form the Lord gives us to use as a sword against our oppressor, our enemy. Go ahead,
Revelation chapter 8.
You understanding what we're saying, brother?
Yeah.
Okay, good, brother. Good. That's great.
Revelation 18 and 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, double unto her.
Yeah, so this is what's about to happen with so-called white man. Right? He's about to go on the chains. He's about to go on the slavery. He's going to build our kingdom up. The kingdom of heaven is going to be on earth. I'm not sure it's what they teach you in these churches.
If I may add to what you were saying, she that he's talking about in Revelation 18 and 6, talking about America, Babylon. That pronoun.
Go ahead,
brother. Go ahead.
Because America's doctrine is recorded in the scripture.
Yep. As Babylon the Great. The Babylon that's spoken of during the time of Jeremiah and Isaiah and Daniel, that's ancient Babylon. That's Iraq, modern day Iraq.
Well, Isaiah 47 goes.
Yeah. But that's modern day, the modern day Iraq, the modern day Babylon. I mean, so like this is modern day Babylon, but the ancient Babylon is Iraq, modern day Iraq.
That's why it says in Isaiah 47 chapter, the virgin daughter of Babylon. It's talking about the Babylon that's going to come after, the ancient Babylon. That's America today, man.
Because there was wars on that soil of Babylon, of Iraq, when Nebuchadnezzar was in rulership during the Syrian Babylonian Empire. There was war. This place has never had an outsider come in here and start a freaking conflict. There was always conflicts within the people that lived on the soil, but there's no conflict that has had people come from another nation to come here. That's why the brother was speaking out the virgin daughter.
Because the Most High is reserving this place for the greatest destruction that the earth has ever seen.
You understand it, brother? Okay.
That's why you probably watch the news. You see all these other nations talking about war, Russia, the nuclear missiles. Hey, that's all prophesied in the scriptures. America's going to be destroyed by nuclear missiles.
That's right, brother. And that's what we want. That's what we want because we want to see our people liberated. Right? We don't want to see our women walking around limping because of whatever the case may be. We don't want to see our kids sick in the mind because of what's being pushed onto them through the indoctrination of the school system. We don't want to see you walking around destroyed. We don't know what your future is specifically, but we want to see you in a rulership state like we have read in Revelation the 2nd chapter, 26th verse. Men of Israel are going to be rulers, man, and that the Lord, as he said, and I believe in the book of Luke, the 2nd chapter, or maybe the 14th chapter, he got many mansions, man. So you could be in the kingdom of heaven and own your own planet. You could be in the kingdom of heaven and have your own universe. Go ahead, brother.
Big point. This whole book, man, is a prophecy of rulership about Israelites, which you are, you're standing amongst right now. This whole thing is not about the Christian church, not about any of this. It's about rulership. If we were in power, if we were in rulership, we wouldn't have the prisons packed with our people in it. You know what I'm saying? We're out front of us saying we the what is it? The first fire, last hire.
But we the first ones in jail and the last ones to get out.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So this is what this whole book's about, man.
It's about your destruction because you went against the ways of the Lord. It's about the liberation through the sacrifice of Yahweh Shah. That the white man has put you down in so many ways, forms, and facets that you can't even keep account of them, brother. Okay. Did you have something? You had something?
I'm gonna finish out.
Go ahead, brother.
And I got something too. Revelation 18 and 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup she hath filled to her double. If I can say, saying double because we've been in captivity for what, around 500 years. So they're going to captivity for 1,000 years.
Oh, it says that too. Give Revelation 20, let's say 21.
Yeah.
21 and 21.
They're going to captivity for 1,000 years. The kingdom had, like the brother going through, the kingdom has to be rebuilt. We're not going to have, hammers and stuff fixing the kingdom back. The other nations have to be captive. America's going to be completely destroyed.
Hey, the scripture say the street's gonna be paved with gold, brother. Where you think that gold is gonna come from? The resource that these so-called nations have. They gotta dig up all this concrete that they spread throughout the four corners of the globe. And I'm gonna make them do it with their goddamn teeth, brother. Okay? They're gonna do it with their goddamn teeth. Their kids, their women. All right, if they're a woman, they might concubine, and that goddamn white man, they gonna do it with their goddamn teeth. And it's gonna be 1,000 years. They got plenty of time, brother. They got plenty of time. Go ahead. Where it says if you got something, go ahead.
Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is it? The earth was granted. The Lord gave it authority for the wicked to rule. The wicked are the Edomites, so-called white people. It tells you that in Malachi 1 and 4. So that's who's ruling the earth right now. That's why all the wicked is being pushed heavy on our people. Right? That's because the Lord gave them their time to rule, right? And that's why that you see that image right there, because they cover the faces of our Lord and Savior, and they put their image on. And then they say they are those people.
What's that word for? Is iconoclast.
Iconoclasm.
If you want to explain it, brother.
Iconoclasm during the Renaissance period. We were ruling during the Byzantine Empire for 1,000 years. Then they came into power.
That's why they call it the Dark Ages. The so-called white man was under subjection of his nation. We used to rule Europe. You know, the Vikings, the real Vikings were us. The real knights were us. Why you think Esau makes mockery of? Why you think he made a movie called The Black Knight with Martin Lawrence, man? And what were they calling him in that movie? They kept calling him a Moor. You know? Why you think they slipped little exactly? You know? We were the real Vikings, the real knights. You know? Exactly. Exactly. We used to rule Russia, man. You know?
So we basically trying to every continent
we were there, bro.
Every corner.
Look, you can see Jake in every goddamn corner on the streets of America.
And like I said, we don't look just like your average Israelite, man. Bruce Lee, that was a Jake.
Yeah.
You know? You got so-called white people that look at Eminem, look at Justin Timberlake, man. You can look at this spirit that if you weren't looking at a color, you'd be like, oh shit.
But like we had said earlier, you try the spirit by the spirit. The book is the spirit. Right. These words are the spirit that the Lord had left into it. John the 14th chapter. Did y'all have any other points?
I appreciate it, man. I just wanted to.
Okay, no problem. I
want to teach y'all.
Yeah, we out here every Friday, bro. You can also check us out on YouTube. Great Millstone.
Shalom, brother. Yeah, go ahead and get Revelation 24.
And somebody can get Ezekiel 35.
Yeah, we'll get that. Let me get that Daniel 2 and you can come to that.
This is the book of Revelation 20 and 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua HaMashiach.
Hey, to be a witness means you are a testifier or something. Guess what we are here doing? Testifying of Yahushua HaMashiach. Testifying that the Lord is coming to divide the times of Babylon through the destruction. But first, it's gonna be a changing. It's gonna be a changing of the guards. So it's a time period where one person is there guarding, then another person's gonna come through. It's gonna be a handoff, but it's gonna be a destruction before. It's gonna be a destruction as the handoff is going on. Just like I got them written down in my book, where I'm trying to find it, where every kingdom had somebody come through and sack their place, man. Started a war with them. I believe the times where the Persians was taken down, it was through Alexander. I think it was called the Battle of Gilgamesh. I believe that was what it was called. I got it written
It's
down.
gonna happen when Esau goes down, man.
And it's gonna be
when we
called
come
World
back
War
in
III.
rulership, hey, guess what? We sacking Esau's shit, man.
That's right.
It speaks about in Isaiah 60th chapter. They're gonna return everything they stole, man. Because real wealth is not lost, it's only transferred. It's gonna be transferred into our hands. We used to be wealthy. You know, when you go into the so-called white man conquering, you know, the Americas and different parts of the earth, what did he do? He stole all of our riches, man. He stole our gold, you know, stole our precious items. He ransacked our temple, man. You know, before that. You know, he stole our precious things in the temple, man, which he still has to this day, man.
I got him. So finish that verse.
Continuing on, Revelation 20 and 4, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark, the charagma, upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Yahushua Hamashiach 1,000 years.
All right. Yep. So those we gonna be the ones reigning with the Lord. Yahweh is how we are that elect. All right. But I want to go to Daniel 2 right now, brother. But while he going into Daniel 2, I got it written down. The battles of each empire before they were destroyed. All right. The Babylonian Empire started around 2350 BCE. All right. That was with the not the Syrian Babylonian Empire. Salakia, I lost my train of thought. All right, it says, what I got here says, ended by King Cyrus of Persia in Battle of Opis, was started in 539 BC. And I looked this up on World History Encyclopedia, right? So that was the head of gold. Everybody has their time. We in Esau's time, right? Let me see. Go ahead. If you got that Daniel 2 and 43, you can go ahead and go.
This is the book of Daniel 2 and 43. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay.
All right, and that's talking about the latter kingdom that we're in right now. So let me read this. The silver breast and arm, the bear, right? It started at the Academia dynasty, 550 BC, ruled by Cyrus the Great, from 550 BC to 320 BCE. The Persian Empire started in 720 BCE. The Elamites, all right, it says ruled over by the Lydians. Battle of Cybra started December 547 BCE. One of the three ribs in Daniel 7, two of the three ribs, the Babylonians taken over by Cyrus in September 539 BCE, the Battle of Opis, which we just said. Then three of the third rib, Egypt taken over in 525 BC by King Symbius II, Battle of Philisum. If I'm saying it wrong, it's spelled Pelusium, and ended by Alexander the Great in 330 BCE, Battle of Gilgamesh. And that ended, it started in October 331. All right, then Alexander the Great ruled from, after that battle, the Battle of Gilgamesh, was started the Hellenistic period. That started at 6000 BCE to 2900 BCE by, they call it the Neolithic age. And it ended in Rome, and ended by the hands of Rome in 146 BCE, Battle of Corinth. Now we know that America is going to be destroyed by what is it, Revelation, I believe, the 9th chapter. The first two woes have passed. Second one is coming, I believe. World War III. All right, we know America is going to be ended by World War III. All right, and you see these nations gathering themselves together, starting off with the BRICS, the British, Russia, India, China, South America, and then you have these other smaller nations wanting to coincide with the BRICS nation, all right, to get rid of that digital dollar. Uganda is one of those places. All right, didn't they find all these resources earlier this year? They found like metal.
Gold, it's like a gold.
Yeah, they found a bunch of gold. Yeah, they found a bunch of gold. Guess what they're gonna do with that? They're gonna pay the kingdom of the Lord and speak with that. Get that. Can you go back to Daniel the 2nd chapter? Did you read that one already?
Nah.
Yeah, go ahead and read that.
It's Daniel 2:44. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people.
So the kingdom that's coming, because we in the asunder, we are in we are in the division of the times, the people, the money, the price, the economic, price of things going on, the inflation. If somebody can look up what's inflation today from what it was when the C-19 shit happened, I think it's probably like a 7% or something. And I know last year it was probably like 5, I think it was like 5.9. Yeah. But the inflation is going to cause division. Things are getting higher. People are still making the same amount of money they were making 2 years ago, but things are still steady going up. How are you supposed to live? Right? That's another problem. You got the digital currency that's coming. That's another problem. You got it, okay. If you got whoever got it, just what's inflation today? All right, and then you got the diseases that's running rampant, especially amongst the black community. Syphilis is at an all-time high amongst you so-called black women, man. I wonder why, because y'all keep hopping from pole to pole, like it's a damn merry-go-round. It is a merry-go-round for y'all. But all these things, these diseases, this war, these pestilences, the division amongst the people, even within your own household, these are all things that are times for you to tell you what time you in, man. All right, you're in the time of the destruction of America.
At a 40-year high of 9.1%.
9.1%. God, I was being lenient with 7.
Yeah.
9.1%. So that means the price of housing is going up, the price of cars is going up, the price of food is going up. What you women gonna do when y'all have babies and you ain't producing baby milk? So, but you gotta run the Esau and get the Similac. Now they got the Similac locked up behind doors and shit. You can't just pull it off the shelf and take it to the cash register. You gotta take a card, take it to the cash register, and then they go get it from our lock behind the shelf. It's gonna be hard for people out here, man.
But they're already doing that with some of these stores. Like you can't even go and walk in there and everything's closed off. You have to tell the teller to get whatever you're wanting, and they'll get it for you. But you can't get involved with them.
Oh yeah, and then speaking on that, this damn CHIP. We knew about Whole Foods some time ago, but now it's more prevalent in your face that they got the things that can for your hand. When I was going through the Dallas airport that flies out the Dallas Love Airport, they got a store. I sit there in the group chat last year where you can just walk through and walk on out, but you got to scan your hand first. It's here, man. The CHIP is here. The downfall of America's dollar is here, right? And look, before I left here last week, gas was like $3.30. Now it's $3.40. Now it's $3.60, $3.70. It's about to get hard out here for people, man. And these are things that you need to be paying attention to because it's going to be the end.
Really, that chip, that CHIP, that electronic device has been here.
Oh yeah.
Long time.
Years, yeah. So what's that? What's that movie that came out in 2004 with Denzel Washington? He had pulled the shot out of his back shoulder. He was in the shower and the woman was banging on the door trying to see if he was okay. The Manchurian Candidate. Yeah, because I seen a clip on it, and he was looking at the scientists that invented it or whatever, and they had the CHIP right on the news article. Yeah. So if it was in a movie back in 2004, how long were they had it in the process before that movie came out in 2004? Right. How much more prevalent is it now in today's time, 17 years later? Come on now.
Yeah, Esau's had that.
I say 17, 20 years, 19 years
later.
Yeah,
for decades.
I can't count.
But it's just starting to come, full circle. Through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shimi Shah, this man being exposed for his plans and him trying to implement this device and make it mandatory. Just like the nuclear missiles, man. The nuclear missiles have been around for years, bro. It ain't no new thing. But Jake on the outside looking in, it's because these other nations are starting to talk about these wars and the nuclear missile program and the capabilities that they have. And it looks new to Jake, but Esau has had these things for a very long time, but he's been in the business of perfecting them. He's been in he's in the business of perfecting that CHIP. So he has it right where he needs it to be to get that full control that he wants over the people, man. You know, he's perfecting it, getting it right. So when he unveils it and rolls it out, you know, it's at its best that it's ever been, man. Just like these nuclear missiles, man, these ICBMs, man. You know, when they get used, and guess what? They're gonna be the best shape, so to speak, that they've ever been, man.
Because you know the spirit of the Lord is gonna be.
That's right. You know, and before you unveil something, you want to test run, you know, you got the trials and errors, you perfected something before you unveil it to someone, you know, for the people to see, you know. So that's the same thing with Esau, man. He's about to unveil this and roll it out on the red carpet, so to speak. The majority of the people are going to be in awe, and they're going to take that electronic device.
I was going to say, making a good point. I was reading an article a couple of days ago. There was a Edomite dude that got to see him back in the 80s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And he was able to buy and sell.
Right.
And he was trying to caution people, be careful. You don't know what you're going to get yourself into.
Yeah.
So it's been here for a long time.
Here, bro.
Now they're trying to figure out, well, how can we make it smaller?
Right.
How can we add their profile?
More capability.
Yeah, capability. You know,
right.
We want to track them. We want to track them. So can we link it into our tracking system?
Right.
So they've been trying to perfect it for a long time.
And now they have it when you take it in your arm or your brain or whatever, it's actually going to become a part of your body. It's going to become a part of your nervous system. That's how you're not going to be able to take this thing out, man. You think, hey, back then in the 70s and the 80s, it was tangible when you could just let me take it out.
Yeah, right.
Around. Esau, man, he was, how can we make this so where they cannot take it out of their arm, man? That they'll literally drop dead, you know, or go crazy, or not, won't even gather the mental fortitude or the mental thought to even want to take it out of their arm, man. That's the stage that we're in right now.
Can you go to 11? Start getting in 11.
Ezekiel 21:8.
Because the brother's talking about how Esau's technology is refurbished, man, especially those thermonuclear missiles, man, which the Lord's going to send over here to destroy this place during World War III. I'm not going to say I know the specific if it's before or after or during, but it's going to happen. All right, go ahead, brother.
You know how they can do with the phone? Generation 2, Generation 3, Generation 4. Hey, we're seeing the latest generation of Esau right here, and his tricks and his toys. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
Ezekiel 21:8. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy, say, thus saith the Lord, say, a sword is sharp.
Look, the brother just said it. This man right here, this Gadite brother just said it, man. All right. The Lord has sharpened Esau Edom's weapon, man. All right, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
It reads on. A sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter.
A sore slaughter. A deadly, devastating.
That grievous sword.
Yeah, brother. Yeah. Yeah, because it could come from that.
Well, if I could say, look at the word brand. You know they're doing human branding.
Yep.
Brand goes back to the cut.
Yep.
And that's beautiful because you know that delivery device that's going to be used to insert that electronic device in your arm. That and that's literally a small sword that's going into your arm to put that.
The brand,
exactly.
Yeah, like the brother said.
You know, to put that device inside you, man. You know, going into the root words of the Quran. You know, I believe what is the Quran? Yeah. That's that delivery. It goes into what's it, palisade?
Keep going on that, brother.
It says,
start over that last verse.
verse 9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened, and also further, it is sharpened to make a sore slaughter.
A sore slaughter, man. It's gonna destroy this whole. You're gonna see the Isaiah the 34th chapter speak of. That's all I'm saying. You don't know, be Isaiah 34. You have a point?
And that sore slaughter because the ones that take it, man, are going to be slaughtered.
Because you're giving yourself up to another God when we've been out here for decades through the spirit of Yahweh Shemashai, starting off with our elders and apostles and elders, Salakia, telling you what's to come, what it is, and how to avoid it. So now that you turn your blind eye to the mercies of the Lord, you forsake your salvation. Now the only thing that's for you is a sore slaughter. By the refurbished sword of Esau Edom that was given unto him as a blessing by his father Isaac.
Yeah, Esau, that's Esau's ultimate story. He said, how can we make something that is going to kill the majority of the people on the earth? And, you know, he wasn't necessarily thinking of it as, you know, the Lord coming and killing these people. But this device that he's going to introduce to the world is going to get everyone who takes it put to death.
That's right.
You know, and it's coming from, ultimately it's coming from Yahweh, but he's using, you know, the ones who are in power on the left-hand side concerning these wicked and evil devices, you know, to introduce it, persuade you, and ultimately get you to take something that's going to get you, and that's going to be, you know, one of, in Esau's mind, you know, one of his best plays, one of his best moves, besides the nuclear missiles and war.
That's right. That's right. Keep going, brother.
Says verse 10, Ezekiel 21 and 10. It is sharpened to make a sword slaughter.
A sword slaughter, man. People gonna die, man. That's what y'all niggas don't get. You gonna die. You gonna die out here. Slack here, brother.
It reads on. It is fervous that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth?
Should you be happy? Should you be in a state of joy?
And you best believe that Caragma was going to glitter, man.
Oh yeah.
They're going to package that real nice. They're going to use Hollywood. All right, they're going to have the tricks, the capabilities, the grants, the benefits, and receiving this thing. The false miracles Esau's going to be able to present to these people that take it in their brain concerning health, concerning science. You know, people are already now using, you know, the C-hip to control their you know, to link their the Neuralink by Bluetooth, linking their the nerves of their spinal cord to their brain, so they're able to get caught. So they're able to walk. They can now stand. They can now move. They're no longer in a wheelchair. They can control things with their mind.
What is it? He shall perform miracles. Yeah. There you go.
Fire come down.
Yep. It says, should we then make mirth? It can timid the rod of my son as every tree. Verse 11, he hath given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer.
Who's the slayer? Who's the whooping stick of you? How about Shema Shafi, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Indian? The so-called white man. He gonna fuck y'all up because the Lord gonna put the spirit on him to do these things. The Lord has already put the spirit on him to do these things. Can you get Genesis?
Yeah, see, it's the Most High giving Esau, Edom, these wicked elites, that Caragma in their hand concerning on top of their hand to get to you. You know?
I'm talking about this, but they
go hand in hand. You know?
Because one is gonna lead to the other. Y'all know what cause and effect is? A cause is something that you do, right? And the effect of what you do is the outcome. So you take this thing, you take the Quran like the brother talking about, and the outcome, the effect is gonna be a missile. You're gonna be missile food.
Esau's got both his hands out. He's got one with a Caragma, and the other thing he's got a whipping stick and a sword, a literal sword. So while you taking it, guess what? You thought everything was good. Nah, he's still planning on killing you niggas.
Right.
You know, you think you're gonna be all right. You know, like the scripture says, they're going to be had in derision because they received that his MARK. They think that the so-called white man's going to be on their side, protect them, you know, do this and that for them. Nah, he still plans on putting you Israelites to death because he knows that you are the Israelites. You know,
Go ahead,
you're still going to go through Jacob's trouble. You're still going to be in these concentration camps.
Right?
What's your Caragma? Well, you got a Caragma or not, man? You know.
All you is a nigga to these niggas, man.
You think because you got the Caragma, you ain't gonna die from famine? You ain't gonna die from not having no food?
What you always say? They when you start going against the society, they're gonna take 6 points off your chip.
Oh yeah. Your social credit score, you know, and they're gonna use AI to control that, man. You know.
Go ahead, bro.
This book of Genesis 27 and 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
So Jacob got the better of the blessing because if you go back into it, Esau started his birthright for some bloody meat, man. Keep going, brother.
And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning.
And it's crazy because Esau still to this day, you know, loves that bloody meat. When Esau ate that, he was like, man, just give me. I know it ain't like usual. No, he loved that meat. He wasn't like, oh man, I can't do this no more. Shit ain't done enough. You know, no, he ate it up, man. He ain't sitting back at Jacob and saying, "Can you put that a little bit more?" No, he ate it up. He liked it. He said, "This is good. You know, I can do this every day." That's how these Edomites are. Not only do they eat raw meat, but they drink blood, man.
Yeah, we were talking about this shit earlier.
Yeah, these wicked elites, man, they're addicted to blood.
That's even deeper.
Yeah, they get high off of not just blood, but they like adrenalized blood. You know, and they say that's one of the strongest drugs on the earth.
There was a Simpsons show where Mr. Burns, he was like, all I needed was the blood of a young youth.
Yeah.
To make me young again.
Young again. And it's one of the strongest drugs on earth. They made a movie. They kind of did. The movie Crank. Remember the movie Crank?
No, I never seen it.
Where he took the adrenaline. He had a certain amount of time before he had to do some shit or his heart would explode. And he was in the hospital. He had that raw adrenaline. He shot himself up. He was just going through the city, doing mad shit for hours, bro. Yeah. Yeah, the movie Crank, bro.
Sound like Esau to me. Keep going, brother. If y'all didn't have any other points. He's gonna finish that and you can jump into that.
The days of mourning, continuing Genesis 27 and 41, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Yep, and you so-called Negro Latinos and Native American Indians are getting slayed by the so-called white man in more than one way. And what ways that you can't even understand, man. Can you look at that word slave, brother? And once you find that word, you can jump on to what you got.
That's apparent. I mean, that's apparent because you got Jakes ending up, in these wars and all these other ways they've gone out to the spirit world, man, all through the hands of Esau, man. Right? He devised every way to get to it. The word for slay is kill a person or animal in a violent way.
Kill. So can we collectively come up with ways that we thought he was killing us, slaying us? The gun, the food, food, yeah, the water. What you got?
Abortion clinic.
So the nigga woman.
Yeah.
The air. The education system. The monetary system. The prison system. Because all you see in there now, Jake got their phone in there. Now everybody making TikToks or whatever, and they're cooking chicken in the goddamn prisons and making. I seen the niggas in the prison making a Friday TikTok where Debo came. I'm like, these niggas ain't got nothing else better to do. Nigga, you serving time, nigga, read a book.
Right.
But did you have that? Did you?
I'm just, hey, every day is something that you can get. Ultimately, you fall into the hands of your house, but as soon as you leave your house, Esau got some type of way to devise and destroy you, man. Right. He's like the roaring lion, That's seeking whom he may devour.
90% of everything we do, in fact, is devour. 90% of things we do are against the house, mixed fabrics, going to pork, and just everything about everything. You might not eat pork physically, but you best believe that your body's taking pork on some type of level. Pork's a toothpaste. Pork is in, just about everything this devil is putting these things that are against the law, statutes, and commandments for us to ingest and take on our body or in our body, so he can constantly accuse us for Most High Yahweh, man. Like the scripture says, accuser of our brothers, man. So everything we got to deal with is really against the law, man.
Did you have something? Did you have a piece of that?
No.
Go ahead.
Psalm 37 and 12. The wicked plotteth against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth.
And then he goes into his doctrine, his philosophy, his ways, because Esau ain't gonna come up in here and bite you. Literally, he's not gonna. He might if he's fucked up on drugs, but he got a lot of biting to do to people, But he puts his teeth on you through his doctrines and philosophies. Can you get Daniel 8:35? If you have something?
No, I would say you were Ezekiel, right?
Psalm.
Oh, Psalm.
You want to get that Ezekiel?
No, go ahead. We can get that later.
All right.
Go ahead.
When we switch, we can get it.
It says, verse 13, the Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword.
Hey, so if I may add, Esau Edom knows his day is coming, but we are assuring Esau Edom that his day is coming because we out here with the word. We out here telling these people what's going to happen. We out here telling you that you're going to be destroyed, the so-called new Latinos and Israelis, if you don't turn back to the Lord. Go ahead, brother.
But it said, verse 13, the Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast on the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright
Yeah, see,
conversation.
Esau pulled out his sword first. You know, you go and you watch the movie, you know, these wars. Really, the weaker enemy is the one that pulls out the sword first. You know, going into like on a nation, you know, battle standpoint. You know, just look at you know, you got just like altercations, man. You know, just like everyday altercations. You know, a fight start. You know, usually the one who's not as strong or is actually mentally weaker. You know, he's swinging first, man.
They pulling that gun out first.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know, nigga. I was Craig on Friday.
God. You know? And this devil has pulled out his sword on you so-called Negroes and Native Americans, like the brother was going into, you know, which all the brothers were going into, you know. But hey, man, Yahweh Shem Yahushua has a standard that he's about to lift up against us. Because Esau is going to come after us first, man.
Right.
We ready.
You know?
We ready.
And then when that happens, the Lord's going to lift up a standard against him in the way of, in a of spiritual power. Man. And that's when certain men of the Lord are going, hey, that's when they're going to get busy.
Right.
Hey, we ready, man. We ready, man. We ready to get the fuck out of here. So we got to go through. There was a news article I saw last week, and go back and do a video on persecution. Right, there was 3 or 4 dicks that got locked up by the feds. The feds planted evidence on them saying that they were doing terrorist activities, but the judge found them not guilty because the judge came across a record that basically said that the feds, the FBI, planted this shit on the tape. That's just gonna happen the rest of the way. More will I find it, man.
Scripture saying what? Word his battle axe?
Yeah. Ezekiel 20, Ezekiel 25,
right.
Ezekiel 12, the
Yeah,
other one.
Esau pulls out his sword with a Most High Yahweh is going to pull out one of his swords.
That's right.
And that's before that great destruction takes place.
Right. But the scripture say, hold your peace, the Lord will fight.
Right.
Go ahead, brother. Okay, yeah, get that Daniel. Yeah, because that one was talking about the teeth. Esau gonna put his teeth on you, find his ways in his doctrine. Right. Go ahead.
This Daniel 8 and 25. And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
This is now start being specific. This time about Antioch Epiphanes, but he's still an Edomite. That motherfucker probably walking around here somewhere today. Is he not in the grave? Yeah, you're right. He probably is. You know, I don't know, you know. But the same spirit, whether it be the person here or not, the same waves of Esau are still flowing throughout the globe. Right? Keep going, brother.
And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many.
Yep, and he's doing it through the waves. Like the brother you had read the word slay earlier, he's killing people. Destroy, kill, same thing. They're like, what's that word? Antonyms, but they all mean the same thing. Yeah, if that's not the right word, forgive me. I'm not no English major.
That C-Hep is going to be a policy.
Yep.
It's like going back to Antioch Epiphanes, you know, he set a decree for, you know, the so-called Negroes and Native Americans to leave their laws, statutes, and commandments unto death. You know, and to follow the ways of the heathen. Well, hey, this devil soon, after this C-Hip has been pushed out for quite some time, and the majority of people have it on the earth, he's going to make a band-aid, another policy, to a decree for the people to receive it, or they're going to be put to death.
If I may add, in the book of Maccabees, they were throwing babies over the wall, hanging.
Yeah, and he saw, and that was for public control. You know, and that goes back. I know that goes
you got it? You got it?
Well, I have it. I do have it.
Go ahead, read what you got, brother. Were you done?
Yeah, well, because Esau, he does that to control the people. He wants to put you. He's not going to put you to death in secret. He wants to state what you've done if you've done against him, and he wants you to kill you so the whole world can see. To put fear, instill fear in their hearts, so they'll follow and get in line, man. They did that with Northern Kingdom. Man.
I don't know if y'all seen that TikTok I had put in the group chat where this lady walked into a doctor's office or whatever it was, right? And every time a beep went off, everybody stood up. She didn't stand up because she didn't know what was going on. But after a while, her ass started standing up. And then everybody that was in the doctor's office, they was all following suit. But then she was the last one left in because they started calling people back. She was the last one left. Now, she was the only one still in there. And every time she heard the beep, she stood up. And then somebody else came in. They started standing up. They kept doing the same thing. Same thing that you were saying with the fear thing, still in fear. Oh, well, guess what? I seen this happen. I don't want to do it because I seen it happen to somebody else. So I'm going to follow suit. Go ahead, bro.
We've seen an example of that during C19.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And then the people who had upright conversations saying don't take it were deemed as extremists.
Anti-master.
You're not an expert. Make an example.
Exactly.
No, but that's a good example, brother.
And this is the work. This Esau's MO, man. When Jake went against his order, he would cut your foot off, so you could go back to your own people and tell them what happened. I did this and that, mask cut my foot off. He would cut your hands off. He would castrate you. Oh, hey, even if he wanted to put you dead, he would. He would hang on people on trees. The reason he hung you on trees is because so the rest of the people could see you, man. See you, and you're putting you on display, man, until your body was damn near stinking, and then he would take you down off the ground, off the tree. That's right. You know?
Hey, and that's a form of discipline in a sense to get you in line with the hell you want.
Right. And the kingdom we ain't be putting these other nations to death and just letting bodies rot out and ground stinking up.
That's not unrighteous because it tells you that you're supposed to take the body down before the sun goes down.
Exactly, right?
Within the law.
And Esau knows that. Esau knows it ain't good for the ground, the air, the earth itself. But he's doing it to make a point. You know, that's a fear tactic that Esau used. One of his many fear tactics.
But if I may add, these are all the things that you need to pay attention to because these are the things that help you understand that the dividing of the times are here.
Right.
Go ahead, brother.
And they try to do that like the brother was bringing out with the C119. Oh my God, if you don't take it, this and that. Now look what's coming out, man. Oh, now nobody's wearing masks.
Right.
Oh, now nobody's talking about getting the juice no more.
I got a text from a family member saying that I wish I would have listened.
Yeah. Right.
Whoa.
I already know. Yeah. You're right.
That's the Lord talking.
Right. God.
He said it won't me.
Yep. Now people are against, but ain't no sorry. Ain't no, y'all were right.
I can't take this long single
the
protein
pride.
that they
They got
put
too much
inside my
pride.
body out. That's wiggling around my body, giving me a cardiac arrest.
Right.
Yeah.
Got literal words.
Yeah, literal.
Yeah, but they're too prideful to, you know what? I was wrong. Maybe this man is the devil. Nah, man. And the devil's got a whole lot of tricks to keep your mind off what he's done in the past, even if it was recent.
Esau got to beat these people in the face and tell them, I'm the devil. I'm the devil. And they still won't believe it. No, you're not. You're not. You my friend. No, nigga, I'm the devil. But go ahead, brother.
I'm just gonna read First Maccabees. I'll jump down. First Maccabees 1:41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. New world order. New world order, which let's be going back to your point. Okay, that was Antiochus Epiphanes, but that spirit is here today. And he's telling everyone to make an image into the beast. Get in line with the new world order agenda.
Yeah, everything's reincarnated. Even laws are reincarnated. Policies are reincarnated.
If I may add, in that video, that people didn't even ask why you standing up. They didn't ask questions. They just started doing it. That's the mindset that's gonna be on these people. They just gonna fall in line with whatever Esau Edom portrays, you know.
Right.
That's what the video on.
No, right? Too late.
You're right, brother. You're right.
Jumping down to the point you want. First Maccabees 1:60. It says, at which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women that had caused their children to be circumcised.
Yep. So it's for you to follow the ways of the Lord, not taking that sea hip, because it's coming and you're gonna be tried. Can you get Sirach 31:1 or 30:1? One of those two. You're gonna be tried, and it's either you're gonna see family members be put to death, or your family members gonna see you be put to death. What are you mentally prepared for? You need to be mentally prepared for both, man. Go ahead, brother.
It says, verse 61, and they hanged the infants. and they hang the infants about their necks.
A baby, an infant. That's like a baby from 0 to maybe 4 years old, bro. This nigga Esau ain't got no remorse. But ultimately, guess what? As we had said earlier, he's the Lord's whipping stick. Also, guess what? That spirit that was in that body had deserved that judgment that it's getting because guess what it did to the Lord? Can somebody get Job 4 and 7?
You want to Job now?
Yeah, please, 4 and 6.
The book of Job, chapter 4, verse 6. Is not this thy fear, thy confidence, thy hope, and the uprightness of thy ways? Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent.
So those kids that was hung in the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, the kids that's drowning and getting shot in drive-bys today, 36. They not innocent, man. We not innocent. We all have been. The scriptures say everybody gonna go to the judgment seat before Yahweh Shema Shai and receive their judgment. The Lord had blessed us to receive judgment to come out here and preach and prophesy and glorify His name. You had people that had to die in this time frame. You had people that had to die horrible deaths in their last time. You had kids that had to be hung in their last time because that was the judgment that the Lord said for these people because of the atrocities that they done against His name. Keep going, brother.
Read on. Or where were the righteous cut off?
Enoch was translated. He was a righteous man. All right. Come on now. They weren't cut off. Right? Who else was translated? Elisha or Elijah, right? It was they both start with E and I get them confused. But these brothers know. Elijah was translated, man. Okay. All right. Keep going in that Maccabees.
First Maccabees 1 and 61. And they hang the infants about their necks and rifle their houses.
Rifle their house. Yep, and that's what's gonna happen. Esau's gonna throw you out your crib, come through there, take your shit, haul your ass off to a concentration camp. I remember brothers doing videos on dreams that they had. One brother had did a video on a dream where he said he had heard babies crying and they were in bird cages, man. This came out some years ago, like maybe 2 years ago, brothers had visions of dreams that they put on video. So you can understand the fear of the Lord, man. I got kids, man. These brothers got kids. They're not doing it just for themselves. They're doing it for their family, man. Yo, fuck this place, man. I'm tired of this place. Was there more, brother?
Yeah, a little bit more. It says, and slew them that had circumcised them.
So the Lord's going to allow Esau, Edom to put to death men, women, or children that one, either take the tip or don't. And if you don't take the tip, Esau, Edom can still put you to death, man, because of your judgment. But ultimately, those men and women or children that testify to Yahweh Shema Shai, they have a chance to be delivered, man. And deliverance can't come by the form of death, man. You got to keep that in mind, because when you go into things that when you read some of the Psalms of King David, he said, "Dear Lord, please deliver my soul." He didn't say nothing about his body. He didn't say nothing about his body. So deliverance from your soul, for your soul, can be your body being put to death. But that is, brother?
Yeah, if I can say,
go ahead.
The scripture say there'll be some that won't take death.
There you go.
So there's going to be some of the elect that's going to be preserved, even though Esau's going to look at the seek, the delete those, kill those, don't take it. Now, there's going to be some the Lord's going to protect. And there's going to be some men who going to have to fill that problem.
And it's okay. It's okay. It may seem strange. It may seem something that we haven't physically been through it in this time frame, but the Lord's going to be with us, man. Get that Sirach 33.
Sirach 33 and 1. There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord.
So why the fuck you gonna be worried about what Esau think he can do to you? Just like the Lord told Pontius Pilate, you have no power over the Lord given unto you by the Heavenly Father. Hey, same thing in this time frame, man. Esau even can't do nothing to you, but what the Heavenly Father sanctioned for your judgment to happen. So those kids that got hung, that was sanctioned for the Lord for that to happen via the act of Yahweh Shema Shai, they judgment. And when America is destroyed as a whole, guess what? That's the judgment of the Lord, as we have continually preached and prophesied, and will continue to preach and prophesy until this place is destroyed. Lord willing, man. You got it, bro.
Something is 37.
You want to stay right here? Or you good?
37, and you can start 13. You can read down to like 23.
Ezekiel 37 and 13. And ye shall know that I am the Lord, when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves. Verse 14. And shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I shall place you in your own land.
And that's talking about we're going to be in the kingdom, man. Because the Lord, they tell you in Jeremiah 31 and 30, 31 and 31, and during the new covenant, the Lord's going to give us a new spirit. And we can't be in the kingdom or in the land of Israel with this defiled mindset. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother, and I don't want to overspeak.
Ezekiel 37 and 14. And shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I shall place you in your own land. Then shall you know that I, the Lord, have spoken it and performed it, said the Lord. It says, verse 15, the word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions.
Yep.
Then take another stick and write it upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, for all the house of Israel, his companions.
That's right, because you had that Jake come up. What really got his attention or why he stopped, and the question that he asked him was about this 12 tribe sign. So and this is going into here and now in America, man. You know what I'm saying? There's no record or documentation of the prophets of old carrying around a 12 tribe sign, man. This was talking about in a future time, okay? That's talking about here now, okay? Which you see all over the four corners of the earth. Those two sticks joined together, that's the 12 tribes. Jay came up, he said, what is this right here? And the brother explained it to him, and he wanted to take a picture of that, man. Go ahead, bro.
And I bring this definition of time. The word stick says tree, wood, blank.
Yep. Con, and it goes back to how they, would make a sign or write documentation or a tablet upon. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 17, and join them one to another into one stick,
Northern and Southern Kingdom.
and they shall become one in thy hand.
Yeah, and that's what you see all over the four corners of the earth. We're out here letting our people know who they are. We got the 12 tribe sign out here letting them know, what specific tribe that they're, they come from and that they're Israelites. And our people walk past and they see themselves on the sign, concerning, within the nationalities that they've been given to by society, concerning being so-called black or, so-called Jamaican, etc. And then they see beside it, okay, what is Judah? What is Benjamin? What is Levi? What is that? And so they ask the question. Now go ahead, bro.
Yep, it reads on. 18, and when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by thee?
God, that's what Jake said. He's like, what does this mean right here? What's going on here? What's this 12 tribes sign, so-called black, this and that, and they ask questions, man. Right. And they get edification according to the scriptures, what nationality you are. That's why we went into Jake and told him your nationality is based on your bloodline according to your father, man. Go ahead, man.
Yep, it says verse 19. Verse 19, say unto them, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand.
Yeah, because we're one nation. We're the nation of Israel. All the tribes together, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 20, and the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes.
Yeah, so we're commanded to come out here with the 12 tribe sign. And you got a lot of these other camps that don't even bring the sign out.
Yep.
You know, they're out there just teaching with no 12 tribe sign. You know, you're commanded to come out here with the sign, man. You're supposed to join those sticks together. You got a lot of these other Israelite camps that are teaching that Northern Kingdom is not none of the Israelites, man. So basically, their stick is just 3 tribes. You know,
all black Israelites.
yeah, they just got 1 stick. They ain't got 2 sticks. Okay, go ahead, bro.
It reads on, verse 21, and say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shai, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they be gone or will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land.
Yep.
And I will make them one nation to land upon the mountains of Israel.
Yep.
And one king shall be king of them all.
Yep. King David, go ahead.
And they shall
Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai, King David, go ahead.
Right. But they shall be no more 2 nations,
Yep.
neither shall they be divided into 2 kingdoms anymore at all.
Time. Yeah, you can keep going. You can read it 23, brother.
Neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols, nor with their detestable things.
Right, because we're gonna be made perfect. You know, the law, statutes, and commandments are gonna be written inside of us, so we're no longer gonna go off. We're no longer gonna be manipulated, persuaded, and deceived. This devil is gonna be taken out of power. Hey, the scriptures say, you know, the rod, the scepter and rod of the rulers of the wicked is gonna be broken, man. You know, Isaiah the 14th chapter. Go ahead, bro.
Yep, it says, no, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions, but I will save them out of their dwelling places, wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their power.
Yeah, so ultimately, all of Israel will be saved. All of Israel will receive salvation, you know. But the majority of our people, they got to die first and be reincarnated into the kingdom. But eventually, all of us are going to be made perfect. From the most wicked Israelite out here is going to be made perfect in the kingdom, man. And it's going to be at peace and at rest.
Go
ahead, brother.
Romans 11 and 26. And so shall all Israel shall be saved.
Woo! Yeah, God, read that again.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
Romans 11 and 26. And so all Israel shall be saved. As it is written, there come out of Zion a deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob.
Yep. That's beautiful precept. Go with that, bro. You can keep going there.
Yep. Going back to Ezekiel 37, verse 24. And David, my servant, shall be king over them. They all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them.
Yeah, so we're gonna follow and do the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, and it's gonna be in us. Man. You know, it's gonna be like, you know, we're not gonna have to think about and try or remember. You know, we're gonna be on autopilot, so to speak.
All
man.
right.
You got it, brother.
Verse 25. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt. And they shall dwell therein, even they and their children and their children's children forever.
That's right, forever, man. You know, eventually all of Israel is gonna live forever. You know, once you reincarnated into the kingdom, you know, being that you were 2/3 of the nation of Israel, hey, after that, you're gonna live forever.
Right.
Your kids are gonna live forever. You know, you don't have to worry about death. Like the scriptures speak about, death is swallowed up, man. We're gonna become immortal. You got it, brother.
And my servant David shall be their prince forever. Verse 26.
Oh, you're fine. I mean, that's the spirit, you know. God, you know. So eventually in the kingdom, man, hey, man, that's what we're looking forward to. That's what we're looking for, you know. We won't have to deal with, you know, all these abominations. We won't have to deal with the so-called white man and these other nations ruling over us. Man. We won't have to deal with this flesh, you know, these chains. We'll be made perfect, and we're gonna have the tools concerning our bodies to actually enjoy life and truly live life. If we don't have the proper tools to fully enjoy life and fully live life, man, you know. Go ahead.
This the book of Jeremiah 31 and 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai, I will put my law in their inward parts.
It says after those days, man. You know, after this world, like the scripture says, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning that follows. Will be in the fullness of the new covenant in the kingdom. Man. Go ahead, bro.
And will be, I will put my law
saying? He's gonna die. You're the only person. You're the only person in the history of the United States to die for popular will. You've done that shit 2 times past the truth, man. Go ahead, bro.
That's the date.
I don't know who it is, bro. Go ahead, bro.
I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will give it in and will be their power, and they shall be my people.
Right. You know, we're gonna be made perfect, man. You know, and we're gonna enforce these laws, statutes, and commandments upon you other nations, man. And the kingdom. You're gonna be made to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. And when you go off, and you're gonna be reprimanded. You know, go ahead, bro.
Verse 34, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying.
And there's a cut on, you Israelites talking about we're in the fullness of the new covenant, man. Because if we're in the fullness of the new covenant, guess what? We can't die. Hey, we're not supposed to be out here teaching, you know. And all of Israel should be following the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, go ahead, bro.
And ultimately rulership.
Yeah, what was that? Hey, what was that? It wasn't like a cartoon, but it was kind of like with the dinosaur. You know the big dinosaur? Like, you gotta look.
Oh yeah.
It was dinosaurs. It was called dinosaurs.
Oh, it was called
Yeah,
dinosaur.
and it was so it had this little look. I think it's come out there.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
Little
about.
baby in there.
Yeah, the little baby.
I remember.
You talking about with this motherfucker right here?
Yeah.
It's called dinosaurs. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Yo, precept. Okay, Con.
Just finish now. Saying, know the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, for they shall all know me.
Yeah, because that's what we're doing right now. We're out here telling our people to repent, come back to Yahweh Shai. We're telling them that, you know, this is our power, not these other nations' power. We're showing them the true image of the Most High. You know, according to the scripture, the true image of Yahweh Shai, who the word really calls Jesus Christ, according to the scriptures, and we're giving you those true names, man. You know, we're not gonna have to tell, you know, our people the true name of the Most High, the true name of His Son in the kingdom, man. Go ahead, bro.
That's right. From the least of them until the greatest of them.
Least until the greatest of them. That shows that there's gonna be ranking in the kingdom, man. You know, just like there's a ranking system, so to speak, here on earth. Well, that government that's going to be set up in the kingdom, there's going to be a ranking system, even amongst you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Go ahead, brother.
Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more.
Yep, that's right. You know, so we're going to be eventually, all of Israel will be forgiven. Go ahead, brother.
This is just Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Israel's house, the mountain of Yahweh's house, shall be established in the top of the mountains,
right.
And it shall be exalted.
And mountains talking about governments, man. You know, you got mountains. The scriptures also speak about hills. Yep. You know, you got large government, small, small government going into it. Basically goes into the nation. Go ahead, bro.
It says, it shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it. And many people shall say, go, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths.
Talking about the other nations, man. Because eventually the Most High is going to have mercy on you other nations. Except not you Edomites. You know, eventually Esau's going to be exterminated. You know, and his spirit's just gonna go to spirit world, and the Most High is gonna put his spirit however he sees fit. Go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna read the 5 if that's cool, bro.
Go ahead.
It says here, for out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem, and he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. O house of Jacob, come ye, let us walk in the light of Yahweh Shema Shai.
Right, man. You know, when these other nations were put in power by Yahweh Shema Shai, it's been nothing but conflict and wars, man. Hey, when going back to when Solomon, you know, was king and we were in rulership, it wasn't no war going on, man. You know, they wasn't going through wars and battles. You know, there was peace, so to speak, on the land, man. You know,
But it's King David was going through all the wars.
Exactly. Exactly. He paved the way for King Solomon.
So he paved the way for peace for the kingdom.
For the king, yeah, exactly. And when that way is going to be paved through Yahweh Shai, man. When Yahweh Shai comes and he sets these rulers down, you know,
I can't wait.
He brings all hell upon this place and great destruction and death. And that's paving the way for the kingdom, man. He's taking all you nations down. Imagine if the nations had to rebuild their force for war again. You know, from nothing, going back to nothing, completely the satellites being destroyed, all the swords, the military equipment, their men, you know, it would be impossible, man.
That would take generations.
Generations, man. So Yahweh Shai is destroying all that, man. So he's paving the way for these for the kingdom, for these other nations to be in slavery, man. They ain't got no choice to be in slavery.
If I may add this, we're saying 1 hour.
Yeah.
In 1 hour, 60 minutes.
He said we would take y'all down. We ain't got no more fighter jets. You destroyed our M180s. You destroyed our tanks.
F-16.
You know, we ain't got no more Wi-Fi. We ain't got no choice to be slaves.
Jay gonna be mad. Ain't no Wi-Fi out this motherfucker.
Can't fight them. They got spiritual power.
Look at the rate of men. Get comfortable or they prepare for war. Once the adjustment of Yahweh Shah, based on the military, we will fight up.
Right. There's more, like you were saying, there's more men that's prepared for comfort than there are for war.
Once the men of war gone, what else are
We
other
might
guys
as well
gonna
get.
do?
They trying to fight. Y'all fighting that?
I guess the people that education school.
Hey, just like Jake, man. Jake looks at Esau right now. I'm not fighting that. Look at the military, the troops, the police. Oh my God, the police is coming. I ain't fighting. I'm getting in line. They said, "Fuck it, I'm black. Fuck it, I'm voting for this person. Fuck it, give me the jab, give me the C hit. Matter of fact, give them both at the same time, in the same arm. You know, I'm trying to participate in society. But like we brought last, like what Floyd Mayweather said, I'm going to Gucci. I'm trying to participate in society. Fuck what y'all doing over there. And that's the mindset of the majority of our people, man. And that's how you other nations are gonna be, man. In the kingdom, y'all gonna get that. Y'all gonna get in line, man. You know, that couple of slavery is gonna be transferred, man. You know, and concerning Esau Edom, he's gonna have the biggest stuff. Go ahead. Who was free? You or me?
Yeah. No, I was done with Isaiah.
Yeah, go ahead with your piece. All right,
This the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 2 and 34. And therefore I say unto you, O ye heathen, that hear and understand, look for your shepherd.
Yeah, because other nations, they don't have a shepherd. Their shepherd is talking about, Yahweh Shai. Go ahead, bro.
Right. He shall give you everlasting rest. And honestly, can I bring this real quick? Go ahead. Everlasting rest goes into what? Shalom, peace. You know, that's what we, greet each other with shalom. Peace unto you, because that's what we eventually trying to get to. Because this place is not peaceful, man. It's a fucking wreck, man. For he is nigh at hand that shall come in the end of the world. Be ready to the reward of the kingdom, for the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore.
Yeah, we're ready for the kingdom, man. We're ready to get the hell up out of this place, man.
Right.
And ultimately, if the Lord, gave us an opportunity, to leave this, to enter into the kingdom right now, we would accept it, man. Just so to speak, but we know that prophecies have to take place, things have to happen before the kingdom is going to be established. But we're tired of this place, man. Just like Paul, who was it? I think it was Paul. He said, man, if it wasn't for this truth, we'd be ready to go to the spirit world, right?
And brother, if I may add, we're not looking back like Lot's wife.
Right. We ain't gonna have a change of heart.
Exactly. Well, that's a woman.
Right.
Hey, seeing it, always looking for the grass green or somewhere. Right. Change the heart.
That's a movie, the show.
Oh yeah, the dating show. The dating show.
Hey, that's a beautiful point, bro. She had changed her heart. She said, you know what? I like it.
That's how they do it, man.
They stole the hair shop,
Bro.
You know?
That's what it says, think the woman.
Yep, that's right. change your heart, man. And that's the mindset the majority of our people are, a feminine mindset, man. They really don't want this place to be destroyed, man. And when they see it going down, and a lot of you Israelites that know you're Israelites, y'all are for America being destroyed. But when it starts to go down, y'all gonna have second thoughts. Y'all gonna have a change of heart. Y'all gonna be, oh no, not that building, my house, my home, my car. No, they're gonna have a change of heart. They're gonna want this place restored, man. Because they're really one with this place, and they really enjoy being in Babylon, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 36. Flee the shadow of this world, receive the joyfulness of your glory.
Flee the shadow of this world, man. The hell with this place, man. This place has done nothing but destroy these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans physically, mentally, and spiritually, man. Right. You know, to an all-time low. Right. So Esau has you right where he wants you. So now he is now at the point of to capitalize on that. He's going to capitalize on that by that charagma, man. That see him, man. Yeah. He's got him right to the point where he's like, now finally, you know, I can move on with full force. You know, and now I can push this, and I ain't gonna get no kickback. Because years ago, Esau would have got a little kickback. People would look at Esau and be like, technology ain't that great. I'm gonna do what with my hand? Stop it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're dealing with AOL dial-up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? My internet takes 15 minutes to get on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But y'all slow ass, they would have said, with y'all slow ass connections, they would say, I'm gonna pay with my hand. I might sit there for 25 minutes at the register. Shit lagging. Sorry, ma'am. It's still up.
Hey, but like the brother had said, there was a person that got to see it back in the 80s.
God. That's right. They want it at that level. They just don't want any electronic device inside you. They need the right and perfected one, like the brother brought out. You know, as they're in the business of perfecting that CF to place inside you, because ultimately he's in the business of control, man. Right. A lot of people think the so-called white man's all about money, which he is, but he's really about the control, man. Right. You can have a lot of money, but you don't have the control. That money means nothing, man. Right. Yep. That's right. You know? That's men and he's really ultimately Esau's trying to push a new doctrine upon you, because he's really trying to fulfill his new world order agenda, which is really a doctrine or doctrines involved in that, man. So he's bringing a new doctrine for you, Israelites and all these other nations to accept in the event of accepting that see here. Yep, God. Right, everyone's equal. All nations one.
Who was the slave that we eat?
God. Right.
Look at our spot.
Yep.
He had that record. God, Jake, he was a slave.
Right.
And then just look at it. Keep it hungry. How much more you?
Right. Woo. Continuing on, I testify my Savior openly. Oh, receive the gift that is given you, and be glad, giving thanks unto him that have called you to the heavenly kingdom.
Right. You know, we're looking forward to the king. We can't wait to get up out of this place, man. The majority of our people, they're not looking to the king. We're looking to this world right here, man. We're looking to the next playoff, the next championship. Right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're looking for the next series, the next episode, man.
Well, you know, they get me up to date. First football game.
Football people still watch that?
I said, hey, what? It's already started? Damn.
They speed it up.
Hey,
the Lord speed up the time for the next day. Now sports come quick. Season in, I was like that, like, God damn. Was it just the last year? That's how we think.
You ever make it win a bowl or something?
Yeah. Hey, Jake loving it. He's like, yeah, sports come quick now. You know. I mean, that's all Jake is about. Is the bread and circuses, man. Jake like to eat, and he don't even eat right. And he likes to watch, these circuses, these sports entertainment things, man. What is Jake eating at the sport game, man? Especially with the professional sport.
Pork dog, sunflower, all the oil.
You know what I'm saying? Boy, got a big old crab leg piece right in front of the game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Crispy. You know what I'm saying? Got a big old Mr. Pill. Soda, and they use these sports venues to market that shit, man. Mr. Pill, Coca-Cola, obey your thirst.
I'm funny with big name.
Yeah, which is all types. You best believe Esau's putting pork and all types of abomination, shellfish, and these sodas, man. Soda is a perfect substitute. You know, what's the word I'm looking for? To mask something that you're putting in it. Because it's so strong, you can put basically anything in soda, and it's still gonna taste like soda. You can probably take a dead rat, put it in soda, and not tell somebody, and then have them drink it like, yeah,
strawberry.
Yeah.
Strawberry soda flavor.
Right.
You can turn it around and say 0%.
God. You could dissolve a piece of rusted metal in there and give it to somebody. Like, oh, this is good. It's a new flavor. Cherry?
Look, Mountain Dew, what? What's the flavor of Mountain Dew? You got Sprite.
Yeah, God. Go ahead. Verse 38, arise up and stand, behold the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, which are departed from the shadow of the world and have received glorious garments of the Lord. Yeah, that's right, man. We want to receive those rewards from Yahweh. We want to receive those rewards from Yahweh Shai in the kingdom, man. We want to be a part of that elect number that receives those crowns, man. And that Yahweh Shai says, well done, my good and faithful servant, man. We want to make it all the way to the end, man. Whether we got to die or whether we got to get beamed up into the ships, man. Either way, man. Lord willing, it's on a ship. Go ahead, bro. Right. Take that number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The number of thy children, whom thou longest for, is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed. Yeah, that's right, man. They were called from the beginning, man. You know, predestination. How many verses we got more got about? All right, hold where you at.
Yeah, that's only dog now. Little dogs. Fucking Yorkie, the cheap piece of shit.
Hey, Minnesota story that if they get a big dog, the dog gets too big, you know, he don't know if he got enough mental fortitude to put that dog in. And the dog just looking at you, see them dogs, the pit bulls and Rottweilers, all of a sudden get out of control, just be growling at the owner. Yeah, like, stop it, get it, calm down. You know, hey, a weak man, he don't know what to do. God damn, you know, a man, you know, can manhandle the dog, you know, because I mean, you got a big dog, you got to be the alpha. Gotcha. Or the dog's gonna run all over you, bro. You know, so they don't want to have to. You gotta have some type of manly energy to have a big old Rottweiler, a giant dog. If he just have a bad day, he might drag your ass in the room. You know, you gotta play with him.
We can tell a lot about a man by the
kind
of dog
he got, bro.
Yeah, God. If I may add, just notice around Babylon, man, you see these weak ass women with these big ass dogs getting punished.
Yeah,
dogs just doing what the fuck they want.
Messing up the house and all that shit.
I know, right?
They get pulled down the street.
That's right. That's how you know we're in a weird time, man.
Right. That's right. Go ahead, bro.
2 Peter 3:13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
That's right, like the brother was reading and going into, man. We're looking for a new heaven and new earth, man. You know, and that new heaven and new earth will only be established when the so-called white man comes down. That's right. You know, only will that happen when, like the scripture says, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning that followed. Man, somebody just hold on deck, Isaiah 14. We ain't gotta get it yet. Somebody just hold it. You know, because that's only the kingdom will only be established when this devil, these wicked elites are taken out of rulership, man. When they're taken out of power, you know, and it's not going to happen until that takes place, man. And that's prophecy. Go ahead, brother. We can jump back. I got
that. This is Second Ezra, verse 2, verse 42. I Ezra saw upon the mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature.
Talking about Yahweh Shai, go ahead, bro, who the world Italy calls Jesus in Christ. Go ahead, bro.
Taller than all the rest.
Yep.
Upon every one of their heads he set crowns and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
That's right. It's talking about the elect, man. You know, You know, the elect receiving those crowns, man. That 144,000. Go ahead, bro.
So I, so I asked the angel and said,
Yeah, see, Ezra's asked the angel, you know, when he received his vision, he was like, yo, what am I looking at? Who are these men? Who are I see all these men? You know, it had to been a lot because you're talking about 144,000. Ain't like you just count, you know, with a number you could remember, so to speak. So he asked the angel a question. Go ahead, bro.
he said, Sir or Master, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing.
That's right. That forsook this world, man, and followed righteousness, man. Followed Yahweh Shem Yahushua and made their bodies a living sacrifice. God, that's right, man. They want to be separate, you know, and willing to do anything that was for this wisdom, knowledge, and truth, and for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And even some of those men are going to be men that were put to death, you know, that were beheaded for the sake of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Go ahead, bro.
And put on the immortal.
That's right, immortality, man. That's what we seek. All right. We're in this mortal flesh. We have these mortal bodies, these mortal minds, man. You know, that are acceptable to going off, making mistakes, going against the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You know, it says the scriptures say, indeed, you know, what is it? Indeed, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, man. We're in this weak flesh, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
And confess the name of Yahweh, now are they crowned and receive palms.
That's right, man. Confess the name of Yahweh, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. We're out there proclaiming that true, holy, powerful name, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them?
Yep.
And giveth them
about
palms.
that man of higher stature, which this man was, we're just gonna go into it.
And giveth them palms in their hands. So he answered and said unto me, It is the son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world.
Yeah, so it was those who confessed in the world, man, not in the kingdom. It's the ones that did it on this side, man, that confessed Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, that were out there, that repented, you know, and turned from wickedness and never looked back. Like the brother was bringing out about Lot's wife, man. Didn't have a change of heart because you got a lot of Jake that repented, came into this wisdom, knowledge, and truth. We're out here teaching, but they had a change of heart. They went back into the world, man. They returned to their vomit, man. Right. You know, their vomit looked real good to me, real good to them, man. You know, and this wisdom, knowledge, and truth no longer look profitable and right to them. You got something to say, bro?
Like Lord says,
right.
Prior to all these things they love the Lord. Now everybody that's saying that they love the Lord, kind of see that they got a problem.
Yeah,
I thought you was righteous.
Right. Yeah, now they're emotional.
Yeah.
And now those guys who are saying too much. They're talking about we're just out here teaching the scriptures, man. Whether you can receive it or not, hey, that's not up to us, man. A lot of you Jakes, man, especially a lot of you you know, concerning you men Israelites, man. You know, y'all have a very weak spirit, man. You know, y'all are weak-hearted. Y'all can't accept. That's one of the reasons why they can't accept that full role, man. They can't accept the scriptures in its entirety, you know, because of that inside of them, which Yahweh Shem Yahushua ultimately made them like that, man. That's why they can't accept certain things concerning the law, you know, concerning the commandments, concerning different things that take place in the scriptures, concerning grape, you know, concerning various aspects that have to do with order, structure, and also the women, man. You know, they downplay that, and they ultimately, you know, portray that as wrong and against the scriptures, and they portray us, you know, as these wicked men. You know, I mean, those men over there, they talk about, look what they say that you can do to women. Look what they can say that, hey man, we're just teaching the scriptures, man. You know, so that's why we always say we're the most hated Israelite camp, man. You know, these other groups, man, they say all types of we're wrongfully accused, wrongfully spoken about, you know. And we're doing that on the behalf of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because like, what does the scripture to say? Though they speak evil of you, you know, we're glorified on his sake. I'm roughly paraphrasing, but brother can find that. Or we're glorified on his sake. Yeah, Khan, I think that's it. Khan.
Can I bring
Go ahead, bro.
Because it says palms in their hands. The word palmy means triumphant, flourishing.
Yep.
So when Ezra's receiving received that vision, he saw that they received victory.
Right,
And
right.
a crown is the number one gift you can give any person. The crown meaning we're gonna receive the kingdom, you know, in his order. So that's victory that he saw when Yahushua was crowning these men, 144,000. Bring that out.
Yeah, yeah, that's beautiful because I was actually thinking about going into that, but I didn't know like where, you know, the you were going into Palm, right? Yeah,
Yep.
Con.
Yep.
That's the spirit. I was gonna go into that.
You want that scripture?
Yeah, yeah, bring that out.
St. Matthew 5 and 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake.
Yeah, yeah, for righteousness' sake, we're hey, you're like, oh, those guys right there, they talking about great, they talk about young women, 13 and 12 years old,
Right.
you know, and if this happens, this is happening. We're just speaking about what the scripture says, man. The scripture says that, man. You know, just because these men are too fucking weak to accept it, hey, that ain't our problem. That's your problem, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
It says, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
Verse 11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you.
Yeah, yeah. They speak all ill manner of evil against us, lies, false accusations. And they never said sorry for it. Here it is, they still watch our videos, man. And here it is, they never apologize for the whole incidents that brewed out about Great Millstone and apostles and elders and Great Millstone on down, man. They never came out with a public apology. It's because of the pride they got, especially amongst the hierarchy of these other camps, man. They're like these church pastors, man. Here it is, they can't say sorry, I was wrong on this, they were right, I apologize to my congregation because they're in fear of losing members, man. Pastor can't come out and say, hey, you know, I've been pastor for 25 years, I got something to say to y'all, you know. 85%.
I know, right?
He said 85% of the things I've been preaching and telling y'all have been false. Hit the corner, hit the corner, please hit it quick. Hit it quick. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he might lose half his comment. It might look so. Is the 15% correct? You know, the black woman gonna stand up quick. Say, I knew it. I'm leaving. She gonna take her ass and walk out, and he might lose all his congregation. So, hey, that's that money. That's his status. He ain't willing to give up his livelihood like that, man. You know, so and it's that pride that Yahweh Shah put in their heart, man. That's why they can't say apologize. Because if they come out with an apology, a lot of their followers, let me look at great. Let's see what they talk about. Next thing you know, that's gonna be it con. And even these other camps, man, because they're just like these Christian pastors, so to speak, man. They ain't willing to lose their following, man. And really, it's because it also goes into that money, that pride and that money, man.
That wickedness, that's why those that are
yeah,
Christianity, the denomination,
that's right.
Now they can sleep a lot of women, sleep all stuff.
Right.
That's little girls and
Uh-huh.
and then they can really they can continue that drug.
Yep, God.
Church.
Yeah, church. And it's happening. Yeah. And you see that happening amongst these other Israelite camps, man. You see the kind of like the pimp flair, you know. You got a whole lot of wickedness happening amongst these other camps, man. And they, hey, man, they profit a lot of money, you know, a lot of income off of teaching, you know, not the full truth and pushing that worldly vibration, man, to get a whole lot of people. Hey, you know, you got to pay your tithes. To me, don't forget.
That's like if anybody knows about 5%, that nigga works with and deep down inside, that nigga does it.
Yeah, God. They said, they said 10%. Everything they made, add that up, you know. They said, shit, I can become a millionaire quick. Like you always bring out, the quickest way to become a millionaire is Christian pastor, bro. And these, a lot of these guys that have Christianized their Israelite camp, you know, and it was for one of the reasons we believe is because they sold out, you know, or they signed a particular contract with these devils, and it's also for the money, man, you know. Finish that out, Slock. Then you can jump back up.
St. Matthew 5 and 11, finishing out, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely.
Yeah, falsely, man. We're falsely accused just because we tell you the truth, man. Like the scripture says, have I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? We become the enemy of even the Israelites that know they're Israelites, that know the so-called white man's the devil, you know, that know the true names of the Most High and his son, you know. We become their enemy because we tell you the truth, man. Go ahead, brother.
It says, for my sake, Verse 12.
Yeah, for the sake of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 12. Rejoice and be exceeding glad.
Yeah, see, we're supposed to be happy in these times, man. Hey, if we ain't got people talking about us, other Israelites that know the Israelites wearing garments coming against us, man. Hey, man, you know, if that's not happening, then that's a problem, man. You know, you got to examine yourself whether you be in the faith, whether you're actually speaking the truth, man. Go ahead, brother.
Right. It says, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before
Right,
you.
right. Hey, the prophets of old in the ancient world, in the ancient times, guess what? Those men that were coming against them knew that they were Israelites, man.
Yep.
They were wearing fringes and garments. They were keeping a lot of the laws, statutes, commandments as well, but they still came against Yahweh Shah, man. Exactly. So the same thing's happening today, man. You got these other Israelite camps coming against us, man. You know, that's what's supposed to happen, man. Yeah, hey, you got those same men, those wicked scribes, wicked Pharisees, Sadducees, and those wicked Israelites coming back in their lot, man. Standing right back in their place. Basically leaving right off where they started, man. You know, go ahead, bro. Come on, we can jump back and got out. And then we can jump into Isaiah 14. Oh, God. We'll finish that. We'll go to Revelation 21 and we'll pull out Isaiah 14.
Then, okay. Then, this second Ezra 2. Second Ezra 2. Second Ezra 2 and just finishing verse 47. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Right. Ezra began to commend those men that stood stiffly for Yahweh Shah, man. You know, in the world, man. You know, hey, man, there's gonna be stories about, you know, the elect and the things that they went through and the things that they done on this side, man. You know, hey, this is a great reward you're gonna receive, Lord willing. You endure all the way into the end. The ones of you that fall out, man, hey, everything you did for Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not going to be brought up or mentioned in the kingdom. Which that says that in Ezekiel, you know, or 30th something chapter. You know, all your righteousness is not going to be remembered, man. It's not going to be brought up because you fell back into the world. You went back unto your vomit, man. You went back to being black, went back to being a Christian. You know what I'm saying? You went back to just being an ultimate scoffer. Go ahead, bro.
Ultimate nigga.
Yep.
Last verse right here. Then the angel said unto me, go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy power thou hast seen.
Yeah, and it was even hard for Ezra to even put it in words, man. You know, certain visions that the men of the Lord received, it was hard for them to even write it down, explain it. You know, imagine you get brought up to the heavens or you see something, you know, that was a future event, you know, actual future time, an actual future thing that was happening, you know, because Ezra very well could remember faces. Right. So that's why the scripture says there's no remembrance of former things, you know. So Ezra's on, you know, being in reincarnation on the earth today, you know, he wouldn't have that remembrance of all the 144,000 faces that he seen in that vision, man. You know. You can bring your piece.
Revelation.
You was finished with that? No.
Revelation 21 and 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth was passed away.
Yep, that's going to be on the kingdom, man. You know, because a lot of our people, you know, a lot of these so-called Christians, they think that, you know, the kingdom is going to be in some celestial place, out of space, on the cloud. You know, now we're not saying that we're not going to have planets, galaxies, and, you know what I'm saying? But the kingdom of heaven is going to be, the kingdom's going to be established and set up on earth, man. You know, they think that the kingdom's going to be in a place where the Most High actually, like his throne's going to be right here, and everyone's going to be running around. You know, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 21, reading on, verse 1, reading on, the first heaven and the first earth was passed away, and there was no more sea. Verse 2.
Yeah, there was no more, all the people, man, you know, we got burnt up with that thermonuclear destruction, man. You know, and even the ones that hide from that thermonuclear destruction, hey, they just got brought straight into slavery. You know, because ain't none of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans hiding from the destruction. You know, I mean, it very well could be the elites have a couple
Oh yeah.
Jakes
They will.
in the down in the you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Kind, you know, have a couple of them. But the majority of the Israelites, man, y'all gonna be destroyed, man. You know?
If I say they at least ain't washing their clothes.
Yeah,
They
hell
not gonna
no.
be
We in a
serving-
good
They
slave.
can't cook, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
God.
exactly. So they're gonna have it down in the
Very good point. Very good point.
If I may, that was that slave, that Django.
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
You know, yeah, Samuel.
That's
That's you next.
yeah.
They gonna have they gonna have a laundry room. You know?
exactly.
You know, they definitely gonna need a couple Jakes. All we need is 3.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 2, Revelation 21.
Because I mean, the elites know they ain't gonna be down there that long. You know, they might have these vast, you know, to be able to survive years and years, but man, they know they ain't gonna be down in the dungeons that long.
Right.
I mean, in those bunkers that long, man.
Right.
You know, they know that they don't have a certain amount of time, man. No matter how much they hide or how much technology they get, ultimately they can't run from Yahweh. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 2, Revelation 21 and 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from.
Hey, it's a new vision, another vision, man. You know, it's a vision that John received. Go ahead, bro.
Coming down from power out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Yeah, God. So this is the different, you know, terms and you know, metaphors, etc., that the prophets used to kind of explain what we were seeing. You know, so, I mean, they didn't have the words that we have today. You know, so they explained the best way they could, man. You know, and there's only so much you can put into words in any language, man. You know, especially things you're seeing that are heavenly, man, that are spiritual. I mean, how much can you say? What was it, Paul that got taken up to that? He ain't like what?
And other the things
It's like it's kind of useless me even trying to talk about it, man. You know, it's like
y'all wouldn't understand.
you know. So and like it says in what's in the Psalm of Sirach, you know, things that are translated out of Hebrew, you know, lose their power, man.
Yeah, it's just Sirach.
Yeah. So you know, go ahead, bro.
It reads on, verse 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh Shai is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them. Yahweh Shai shall be with them.
Can I add on to that? A tabernacle is a house, so a holy place, a dwelling place is going to be with the men of Yahweh, not the women, because guess what? Women can't teach. All the other nonsense that they be, you know, the church nonsense with women pastors, shit like that. Good. I'm glad.
And see, hey, in the kingdom, our people are going to be made perfect. So these women are going to be made perfect as well. So they're going to be happy to be up under your order. And we're going to be in our power. Women love power. So we're not going to have no confrontation. The curse is going to be taken off. But we're not going to have to deal with our women smacking their lips and coming, you want another woman? You know, we ain't got to deal with no kickback like that. You know, what kind of kingdom is you going to be in when your women ain't with you, man? Come on, man. Yeah, he saw, righteous kingdom, I should say. You know, if your woman won't with you.
I remember when you said about David and Saul.
Yeah, they right. And they're addicted to that power, man. You know, God. Right. Even King David had to deal with women smacking their lips, talking shit. What'd you say, Will?
Yeah, he put some woman away.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, his junk was hanging out while he was dead.
Yeah.
Because he brought back some Ark of the Covenant. He put some woman away.
Yeah. He said, what? You know? So, I mean, we ain't got to deal with that. You know? God. You know, touched. Yeah. Right.
Put her ass away.
Did she say,
yeah, Keisha, huh?
Put away. He said he ain't gonna touch me. Where you at?
All right.
He won't know adultery she could have committed.
Yeah, that's that 2018 woman.
Yeah. Right. So that was something that a woman like never wanted. The woman didn't want to get put away by her man, and definitely not the king. You know, if you're the king's woman, you know, ain't no. Oh, I'm gonna go and sleep. Somebody finds out, aren't you? They be scared to even finish the conversation, aren't you? They gonna say that walking away. Aren't you King David? As soon as she ain't say no, you ain't see him no more. he was running down the street, man. You know, come on, man. Yeah, and in this kingdom, these women have been put in a position where they can go out and sleep with a whole bunch of men and not look. And it's not looked at as wrong, nor do they feel wrong about it, man. Like the scripture says, she wipes her mouth and she say, "I've done no wrong." This ain't wrong. My mama was doing it. Great grandma was doing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
If I may add, that book, somebody took that book from me. I'm mad. That book, I don't know.
What kind of
the book about why women deserve less?
Oh,
yeah,
somebody stole it.
Somebody took that shit from me, bro. Yo, you gotta read it, bro. I got another one ordered, right?
Somebody
Yeah,
stole it.
it's like 80 pages. It's like 80 pages. Yeah, but that book tells you, it tells you how women are liberated. The economic system. What else did it go into? Social media says social media was like a stripper pole for women because they getting so much attention. Why they want attention from you? The Industrial Revolution was another thing that they had mentioned in the book of how women were liberated. Feminism was another thing. And they got the mindset they got the women into the mindset where they don't need a man. That book was going in, man. I'm mad somebody took that book.
And if I can say too, the scripture say, "Give not a
I was
woman
only
too much
40
liberty."
pages in. Yeah.
Give not a woman too much liberty. That's why when we talk about King David, his woman was going off his wife. He put her in the dungeon. Like he gonna make sure you don't get touched. But you know, like the brother's going into, woman to text another man and be go to the bar. He sleep. Go to the bar, and I'm willing to admit bars was for men who had blue collar jobs. That was coming from work, and the men to get a drink afterwards. Now they make everybody can go to the bar. They go to the bar, meet these working men, and they married. They working with these men sleep on them. All right. Elevate.
If I may real quick, man, I had a woman in the world say that one of the most attractive things was like you worldly men wear your wedding ring when it's clinking on the glass. That's like attractive to the woman, man, as a bartender or whatever. So you know you gotta watch this, man. This serpent. You know, there you go. Sleazy. Slithering society. Sleazy.
Hey, one might lead me to tell you weren't really married. I was just saying that. You're not married?
Right.
Like walk out the house.
But hey, you know what? Escape made a song about that. You're my little secret. Yeah. Talking about committing adultery.
Crazy song. I got a man.
I got it, man.
Yeah. But what's the other one? Mrs. Jones.
That nigga, me and Mrs. Jones got a thing going on. And then what's the other nigga? Joe? I'll do what your man won't do.
Yo. Y'all should really start talking about heavy.
What's the other song you had? I always get the woman. Got a man.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, see, adultery really got promoted heavy in what, like 70s, early 70s, and in the 80s. You know, because prior to that, women weren't just out here like you see them today. 70s and 80s, right after the war, right after the Vietnam War, you had the whole hippie movement, you had the disco movement, liberation, free. And you can really say that's almost the beginning of feminism, bro.
Right?
60s.
Okay,
God. So like the end of the 60s and the 70s, man, going into 80s was over. You know, that was like that was the beginning of like the promotion of adultery on a level. Now we know that's happened in time past, you know, Rome, etc. But you know, concerning America, you know, that was when Esau really pushed upon these women, you know, that all these philosophies and doctrines and ideas and ideals, you know, and set them up or you know, showed them the stairway that they could walk to the position that you see them now today, man. They're on the 10th floor. Right, they're on the way down. They're no longer on the 10th floor. They once were on the 10th floor. Now they're on the floor 9. And the steps disappear as you go down. So they're on the way down. And what's the scripture say? And if she that is my enemy shall see it, man. That's when she can reaches that first floor. And hey, it says she'll be trotted down like the mire of the streets.
I think that's Micah 7.
Yeah. And you can only be trotted down when you hit the streets. When you hit floor 1, that's the streets. You know, and cars ain't going up the stairs, bro. And these women are on the decline, man. You know? Yeah, and it makes it that much better because they hit the 10th floor. So they know what it feels like up there. For them to come to Hey, it's a humbling thing to come back down.
All right.
Yeah, God. Who was reading?
Me.
God, go ahead, bro.
Revelation 21:3, finishing off, it says, the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 4, and Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain.
Yeah, we're not gonna. Hey, the women when they have children, they're not gonna be bearing children with pain and screaming no more. You know, and agony. A lot of women, die in birth.
A lot of that's going on right now.
God,
A lot of women are dying right now.
yeah. I don't know how the Most High is gonna set it up, but women just gonna be having kids like it ain't nothing. Yeah, it might. I mean, it'll be crazy how it plays out. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. Finishing out verse 4, for the former things are passed away.
Yeah, the former things are passed away. Death, pain, all right, slavery, captivity for the so-called Negroes, and Native Americans, idolatry, adultery, GMO foods, fluoride in your water, all that's gonna be passed away. And we ain't gonna have to deal with niggas no more, man. We ain't gonna have to deal with niggas just being around you all the time, man. Doing nigga shit, bro. Yeah, we don't deal with nigga shit no more, bro. God, Yeah, we ain't gonna deal with a packet. We ain't gonna be in the kingdom and see a group of 5 or 6 Israelites walking down like, oh, God.
Right. They ain't taking off their ass tight as the mother.
No one's about to come out of the man. We gotta deal with, don't even like dealing with niggas in the world, man. You see a group of niggas, man. You almost want to walk the other way, man. Niggas is just vexing, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. Verse 5 says, and he sat, and he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, right, for these words are true and faithful.
Who was faithful and true, and the Most High Yahweh is going to make everything new, man. The kingdom that we're going to enter into is new, like we're going to bring out a new heaven and a new earth, man, and a new rulership.
Faithful and true was also cited in 2 other passages of the Bible. When we're talking about Daniel, when Daniel was bringing the interpretation of the statue to Nebuchadnezzar. And it's talking about when in Revelation 19, Yahweh Shai, he's the word of Yahweh, he's the word of Yahweh, and he's faithful and true because he finished the lot that he was supposed to.
Right. Verse 6, and he said unto me, it is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end.
Beginning and the end, man. Hey, the first and the last. Go ahead, bro.
I will give unto him that is the thirst of the fountain of the water of life freely.
Right. Wisdom and knowledge, man. That's the real waters, man. You get baptized by this word, not from some fluoride infested water.
I said they was out there dunking niggas in that water down there in Hope Road.
Right. What did John the Baptist say, man? He said the one that comes after me will baptize without water.
Right.
They was referring to Yahweh Shai. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. Verse 7 says, he that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power. He shall be my son.
Yep.
Verse 8, but the fearful and the unbelieving.
Yeah, the fearful and unbelieving, like we was going into about the majority of our men, are very fearful, and they're definitely unbelieving.
If I can add too, one more thing, bro. To believe is to think to be true. So if you unbelieving, you're not thinking that whatever it is that was told to you, you're not thinking it to be true. You're doubting. Right. And like the brother reading in Revelation 21:8, you're gonna be missing from you, man.
Yeah. And you had a lot of fearful and unbelieving back in the time when Yahweh Shai was on. Scripture said though he did many miracles, talking about Yahweh Shai, they believed him not. He was doing miraculous things, works that they never seen before, man, right before their eyes. There's not even books to contain all the miracles that Yahweh Shai did, man. And they still didn't believe him, man. They made the blind to see, raised the dead up, fed the 5,000, just made food appear out of nowhere. They know damn well we know we didn't bring no food with us,
3 loaves of bread. I don't know how many loaves.
Healed the sick, brought demons out of people.
Raised the dead.
Healed people that were sick that he wasn't even around. The man that he told, I believe was in Mark, he said, come my daughter.
Yeah, Mark 8.
Yeah,
Mark
God.
8,
And he said, your daughter is healed.
Because he believes.
Because you believe.
He believes.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn, belief is a very powerful thing,
Yeah.
man.
Yahweh Shai ain't even have to be around. Let me lay hands on you.
Because he told him, he was like, Lord, you know,
Yeah, come.
you're more than worthy to come into
Right,
my house,
right.
you know.
And then the other man had a daughter, and the daughter said, if I could just touch his garment, I'd be healed.
That was the woman that was sick with the
blood. The blood sickness.
She was. Guess what? She was sick for 12 years. I think it said. Yeah, and I thought that was like a spiritual thing because it's 12 out to Israel. But that's a whole nother thing. I ain't speaking that stuff about that.
Right.
Hey, if I may, Legion, man, throwing all the damn wicked demon spirits into the damn pit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's witness that, man.
Yeah.
Yo.
And see, that's one thing that our people don't understand under Christianity doctrine. They don't understand that the demons know Yahweh Shai. Right? You know, what did those demons, what did those unclean spirits say to Yahweh Shai? Yeah, we can pull it out. You know?
Is it our time? Something like that?
Con.
All I know.
Yeah, that one too. That's another one. Con. You know, they knew Yahweh Shai, man.
And then when they saw the Lord they saw the Lord, the disciples saw the Lord raise a kid from the dead. They went. I think when Peter went and did the same thing in the book of Acts. Raised somebody from the dead.
And what did Yahweh Shai say? He said, "Hey, we're gonna do greater works than what he did, man." You know. So hey, man, these times we're living in, man. Hey, ain't no telling what you know we might see. You know, we might witness and what we might do, man, through the spirit of fire, Yahweh. Go ahead, bring that out. Gone. Yep.
Hey, even if I may, on a small testimony, man, you know, bro was in the car, man. It looked like we was done for.
Bro, that was a miracle, bro.
You know,
that car disappeared.
That car, yo, the Lord don't play, man. Yo, for real. So
I ain't never seen nothing like that.
we was done for. It looked like we were done for.
That car swerved on our lane, bro, on my side too.
On his.
Y'all was close to each other. Like y'all was laying in the lane. Like
you know how people come in and they
try to cut you off.
You know how they see a car coming in the other lane, but they forget that car was in the other lane, so they merge right into your lane and they forget to take the right lane. Yeah, that happened, bro. Right into our joint, and we just went right past the joint. I don't know how we went through that car. Go ahead, bro.
We went right through.
We went through that joint, bro.
How about you?
Oh, yeah, about you,
This is can we jump right into it?
Yeah, you can jump into the point where it talks about her having the blood disease.
You want to grab some?
Con. After them 3 precepts, What is it? Is it Mark?
It's in Mark and Matthew.
Yeah.
Just like in Legion.
Yeah, fine.
Just like in Legion.
When we finish this off, while you doing that?
Go ahead, bro.
Finishing off Revelation 21 and 8. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and adulterers and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Yeah, man. That lake of fire will be the thermonuclear destruction. Here in Babylon the Great. So all the 2/3 are that were disobedient, they didn't take heed to the message, unbelieving. Like the scripture say, all the faithful shall die, all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And that means they're idol worshiping, they're homos, they're liars, they're haters of those that are good. It's a whole plethora of 2/3 we're going to be ready to destroy with these heathens here in America.
Hey, that's a beautiful point, because unbelieving, ultimately our people don't believe.
Right.
This is the truth.
And it shows all this. A lot of our people are trying to ask for
ask for a woman now. Y'all should have seen that coming.
I'm reading the thing about they getting ridiculed. Nobody wants to know that. But the point why I say this is because people are righteous people. People want to say what they say about that. People who've been written with curses, you have overtook it and swallowed up the curses. We're doing it. Nobody wants to do it. It is the We're going to Bible in the problem. We're not.
Bring out the accounting part.
That one you want it from the top or?
Just go into how
I'll start with
start
how
close to the point. Yeah, when the unclean spirits.
The actual.
Yeah, go into like how the man when they say the man was in the wilderness,
And
cutting
chains.
himself
I
with
got you.
chains, and then read down there. I got you. You know? Because this man was, you know, he was possessed, you know, in the wilderness, you know, standing at the top of the hills and the mountains.
Yeah, bro.
You
That's
know,
all
crazy as hell,
I'm
bro.
starting 8.
Yeah, you can jump around it.
I'm starting 8. So this is Mark 5 and 8. It says, "For he said unto him, Come out of I gotta start.
Yeah, you got stuff.
Yeah. This is Mark 5 and 1. It says, and they came over unto him the other side of the sea into the country of the Gardenians. And when his ship was come out of when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him, nor not with chains.
Yeah, demons on him, man. He couldn't put chains on. We're gonna get you help. We gotta strap him down, tie him up because he's gonna scratch us to death. And he broke through them chains, man.
Hey, just like those Exorcist movies. Like,
Yeah.
They try to fight. Yeah. No, you can't.
You know how kind of demon this is on it.
Yeah, they break out that shit.
Yeah. Jumps on his she's on the roof, falling around.
Out whatever.
You know what I'm saying?
Vomit and shit.
Yeah, that happened in nature. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 4. Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead.
It says, because that he had been often bound with fetters and chains, the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broken in pieces.
Yeah, he ripped them chains off, man. Go ahead, bro.
Neither could any man tame him.
Yep.
And always night and day he was in the mountains and in the tombs crying and cutting himself with stones.
Yep.
And look, I've been watching this TV show that was on. It's on Hulu called Exorcist, and the same thing that the woman was going through, the man was going through here. The spirit that was in that kid was having the kid fuck their face up, their body up, breaking their neck, all kind of shit.
Yep.
It said, verse 6, but when he saw Yahweh afar off, he ran and worshipped him and cried with a loud voice and said, What have I to do with thee, oh? What do I have to do with thee, Yahweh, thy son of the most high power? I adore thee by the power that thou torment me not.
Yep.
For he said unto him, Come out of the man, thou unclean spirit.
Yeah, see, that was the unclean spirit talking to Yahweh. Even the spirits and the demons worship Yahweh.
Yeah, he had that piece up in Acts 2 where it said,
yeah. God, hold that, we'll get that.
Con. And verse 9 it says, and he asked him, What is thy name? And he said, My name, and he answered, saying, My name is Legion, for we are many.
So the legion of demons saw Yahweh and they came down and worshipped him. And started speaking to Yahweh, man. You know? And they recognized Yahweh. They knew who Yahweh was, and they knew Yahweh had power over them. You know? Exactly, God. So even the unclean spirits know, but like your brother was bringing out, he said, Paul, I know, Yahweh I know, but who are you?
Yeah, he got that. He got it.
Yeah, right. He said, I can lay my hands on you. Go ahead. Man, bring that out and go back into that. And then we'll get y'all precepts. We can wrap it up.
Started 11. This Acts 19 and 11. And Yahweh wrought special miracles by hands of Paul. Yep. Verse 12. So that from his body were brought unto the sick handkerchiefs and aprons, and diseases departed from them, and the evil spirits went out of them.
Yep. Go ahead.
Then certain of the vagabond Jews, exorcists, took upon them.
Hey, that's a beautiful point, man. There it is, the exorcist. Hey, like somebody brought out, man. Yeah. Hey, you know these movies Esau brings out, he gets that, man. Where do you think he's getting these movies from, man? Esau ain't that creative. You know, he might be smart, but he ain't that creative, bro. You know, even his movies reincarnated. He's bringing up old shit. Yo,
for real, literally.
It's true.
Go ahead, bro.
Real quick point.
Go ahead, bro.
You go to some of these grocery stores, man, especially I'm just Wegmans out there, right? Walk down the aisle and it's got every flavor of every, all around the earth, all these countries. But you never see it like Esau's flavor. And if they do, it's like really small sections. Like, their spices,
Caucasian flavor,
and their sugar,
Caucasian spice.
Europe,
yeah.
Europe, Miracle Whip.
God. So
look, the Duke, that's part of the clan of Esau, right?
Go.
Duke of Edom.
Bro.
thought that shit when you said it. That shit. I'm like,
You ain't
yo,
never met a
like,
Jake Duke in your life.
hell no,
Right.
no, hell no.
Even from the movie, we were talking about it earlier.
Semi-pro, yo,
He said, come on, Duke. Nigga fell asleep. He said the shot in full court for $100,000.
yo,
Duke fell asleep.
yo,
He said, come on,
crazy,
Duke.
man. Yo, that shit was funny, bro. That shit was funny. I ain't seen it in a while, but y'all be remembering shit. Not a movie, like a motherfucker.
Go ahead,
So
man.
it said, then certain of the vagabond Jews, exorcists, took upon them to call over which had evil spirits the name, there we go, name of the Lord Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, saying, we adjure you by Yahweh Shai, whom Paul preacheth. And there were 7 sons of one Savior, a Jew, and chief of the priests which did so. And the evil spirit answered and said, Yahweh I know, and Paul I know, but who are ye?
Yeah, he said, who are you? He's like, you know, hey, you're not nobody. You know, and the demon was like, hey, you ain't nobody, man. And you don't got the spirit of the Lord upon you.
Asking somebody who they are is an intimidation tactic as well.
God. And then what did that demon do? Keep reading, bro. He said, since the spirit of the Lord ain't on you, man, I can get this in your ass, bro. Yeah, God. Yeah, God. He said, you a green light. You've been green light, buddy. You know?
And a light turned green when he said that.
Come on, man.
Hey, go ahead, bro.
And the man in whom the evil spirit was leaped on them and overcame them and prevailed against them.
Yeah.
So that they fled out of the house naked and wounded.
That's right, naked and wounded. He said, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. You know? Yeah.
The brakes on you.
And he jumped on so bad, man. He didn't have clothes on, bro.
Yo, just imagine seeing that shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna see that shit because if you read, I think it's like Wisdom of Solomon, where it talks about how the how in Egypt those people were plagued by demons in the darkness.
Yeah. You fight yourself.
Yeah,
You
you said
can't
it's
be
16? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say 16, bro? I thought you said 16. I think it's 14 to 16, 14 to 16. But those people were plagued by demons in the dark. So just imagine seeing that shit today.
God.
You see
Fight
some niggas
yourself,
getting his
bro.
ass beat,
He beat
and
himself
he's just
up,
taking
bro.
his clothes off like he's running from a spider or some shit.
That's why they said they were drugs. And they don't open up demons and shit. You ever seen Jake look like he's twisting himself up in the air, fighting something? Demons, smoking drugs. Demons up to him.
I can say a Ouija board too.
Oh, yeah.
Them Ouija boards.
That's a catalyst right
So
there.
that know the kingdom bit?
Yes.
TikTok
thing?
I think so.
Yeah.
Shut the car. Shit.
Yep.
And they see no shit.
Yep.
I know. Black. That's why Jake not put
Exactly.
open up demons.
Yeah, see, y'all people don't understand the spiritual like realm amongst us, man. You know, that demon that had then slung them all over the walls, man. You know, demons have heavy power, man. Where they can elevate you, you know, throw you up in the air, get you stuck on the roof. You know what I'm saying?
Jake hit the
With
right
your ass out
glove.
of your clothes.
You know what I'm saying? Drag you around all the parts of the room, man. Yeah.
And if I can say too, that account, the Lord used that with fear amongst Israel during that time too. You know, and if I can say they were out of order. You're trying to perform an exorcism and you're not ordained to do that. So you see the apostles do that. It's just like the truth. You okay? You want to be the head of Israel. You know, you're not ordained to be the head of Israel. You get kicked out, and then fear is amongst Israel. But you're like,
And even some of the demons you can't. Some of the demons you can't get up out of these people. Remember what Yahweh Shai said when the disciples said?
I was thinking that he can
Couldn't
only
get
get out
that
by
demon
prayer.
out.
By
He said
fasting.
the only demon you can get, exactly, is by prayer and fasting. You know, so there's certain, and there's even levels to the demons, man, and the power level of these demons and the angels as well. You know,
Power level like they say. Power level 10,000.
you know what I'm saying? Hey, you got ranking amongst the angels, man. You know, everything's got a rank. So what is this whole, we're all the same, we're all equal? It ain't even equal in the spirit world, man. You know, even all the angels ain't equal, man.
So I mean, because like you said, all the angels ain't equal. Like we was going over yesterday in the lesson,
Yeah,
one of the 7 angels that bring the spirits,
exactly.
the prayers of the saints,
Prayers and told
and out to the
God.
it's not.
You
There's
know,
angels and there's higher angels.
that's right.
Like you were saying,
God.
And if I may, real quick, another just cut to that too, man. Just if you think on the worldly sense, you got this game called Mortal Kombat. They talk about realms all the time. There's realms all the time.
The other realm, the outer realm.
Right.
Yeah,
God. There you go. Right. You know,
Esau, and see, that's the thing is Esau knows this.
they
Man.
know this.
Hey, they know who they're taking orders from. These wicked elites. They know about the realm because they're talking to these different demons and doing all types of demonic energy. And that's where they got their power from, and that's where they get their instructions from. Man.
And that's why the scriptures say, hey, the accuser of our brothers, they accuse them before Yahweh day and night.
Yeah, that's why amongst their councils, they leave an open seat up. You know, because they're trying to pray and bring up the spirit. And these spirits and these demons might really reveal themselves on a high level to these wicked elites. They might really see, not just hearing and boards and, you know, things being written on walls or whatever, man. They might literally see stuff conjure up and physically talking. Go ahead, bro.
That's why they with our elder groups. So we're gonna protect.
Yeah, God.
You know, demons that's going to roused up. Like you saw the Travis Scott.
The concert,
That's
That's something happening in the crowd.
That shit is leaked in the crowd, bro. And yet all them people died from that stampede.
Yeah, man. That was weird. The Lord judge them niggas. How about this out, brother? If I may add, because you were saying like they had a seat open for they had a seat open for. So I was watching that extra television show on ABC. They would harvest the organs of people that they went and killed, and they did it to Jake individuals. They went into the neighborhood in Chicago, killed the Jake individuals, took their organs, and then they burned their organs. They took their organs to a crematory and made them into ashes. And they would do some type of prayer over them. And then when they got into their congregation of the priest in the Catholic Church or whatever that was on the wicked side, so to speak, they would take a handful of those ashes and blow it into the air, and you would see a spirit, and then they would all ask the spirit to come into them and enter into them, and then the spirit would enter. The spirit would enter into a certain individual for a time period.
And that's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy because that even demonic activity has procedures. Even, you know, to conjure up these demons and receive it takes a procedure. Because on the righteous side, we had a procedure from following the law, statutes, and commandments, to making sacrifices, to going in the temple, and you know, all that, man. So on the left hand side, the Lord is set up the same way.
Well, that shows them go
God. Right.
And it was Aphrodite that was a Greek.
God.
Everybody had a method of this.
Yeah. Right. You can't be, I'm gonna get involved in some demonic activity and not follow the instructions and the guidelines. That's your ass. You gotta follow. You know what I'm saying? God. So hey, there's structure and order in everything, man. Even if you want to be wicked, there's a structure and order to that. You know?
There's a structure and order to that. Don't do anything that the Lord says.
You know what I'm saying? You went off today. No, finish that. I think you're still reading, and then we'll get y'all's free tweets and we can wrap up.
It says, verse 11, it says, now there was nigh unto the mountains a great herd of swine feeding. And all the devils besought him, saying, send us into the swine, that we may enter into them. And forthwith Yahushua gave them leave.
That's really important. How the Lord showed that. Yahweh showed that. Basically showed you Yahushua was that order. Right? Because he said, demon knew them. So through them, hey, the Lord was showing our people that he's the way. Anybody come to another stick fashion, hey, he ain't gonna beat the hell out of you.
The demons wanted a lesser punishment. Let us go into the swine of unclean beasts. Don't just banish us. Don't send us, you know, it was a heavier punishment, you know. The demons ain't gonna ask for the worst.
Allow us to, go over here and
let's dwell in these pigs, man. We can just be demons and these pigs will be fucking out. Right. Keep reading, bro.
It says, and the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place.
And it speaks about it. It was a lot of pigs, man. And so that shows that, you know, allegiance. It shows how powerful, the power that, you know, Yahweh Shai gives, you know, certain of these demons, man, and they can plague not just one or two people, you know. Well, keep reading.
It says there were about 2,000, and they were choked in the sea.
Because a lot of people think that like a demon, oh, it's just got to be one demon on you. You know, hey, a demon, man, it could be on a whole bunch of people, man. You know?
There was some movie with Denzel Washington. It's called Fallen. There was this demon that was hopping from people to people as they just bumped into each other.
Right.
The demon would hop into somebody else, and then at the end of the movie hopped to that nigga, that fat nigga that was on Roseanne.
Yeah.
John Goodman.
Yeah,
and then they ended up killing. Somebody got killed. John Goodman got killed, or they both got killed, but then the demon jumped into an animal, a cat, and then the cycle just continued.
Yeah. One demon could probably dwell in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, man. You don't know the power level.
That's why the Lord told us to pray.
Yeah,
You don't want them demons on them.
Yeah.
That's right. But once you start dealing with people, you get around, the demon said,
Hey, like when we was in the world, man, you might have a little clique or a crew hanging out. Hey, that one demon was probably on all y'all. Yeah. That's why y'all was so close, doing all the same
There's
shit.
a scripture that say every beast is sorted to his wife.
Yeah, God, you know. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 14 it says, and they that fed the swine fled in the city and told in the city and in the country, and they went out to see what it was that was done. And they came to Yahushua and see him that was possessed with the devil and had to leave his city and clothed and in his right mind, and they were afraid.
Yep. They were afraid because they knew this man was a man, a crazy guy, you know, that was always cutting himself, we bound him with chains. He's got incredible strength. Don't know where he's getting the strength from. He's not eating. Just like him like this. Yeah, he's not eating. He don't sleep. You know, he's super strong. So everybody try to stay away from that guy, but now they see that guy walking around in his own mind, man. You know, he went from insane to sane. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 16 said, I'm gonna read the 17. And they that saw it told them how it befell him that was possessed with the devil, and also concerning the swine, and they began to pray him to depart out of their coat. So they wanted Yahweh to leave.
Yeah. They said, hey man, this man got a next level power, and we ain't comfortable with that.
Yeah.
You know?
He said we ain't comfortable with that.
Get out of here.
They start shaking like when they see Goku turn Super Saiyan.
Yeah, God.
Oh yeah, Moses. We ain't going up there.
They ain't comfortable. Hey, that's our people, man. Our people aren't comfortable around being us, man. You know, because we have a level of power, man. Because we have this wisdom, knowledge, and truth. So they ain't comfortable being around. That's why you see Jake come out up here, and then he go down the street, man.
And if I may add, power is an ability. All right, power is an ability. All right, power is authority. All right, and the Lord has given us ability and authority for one purpose as of right now, is to preach His word, man. Yeah, that was it.
Revelation 2 and 26. But it says, but that which we have already goes back till I come. And he that overcometh, keeping my works to the end, him will I give power for over the nation. He shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessel of the potter, so they be broken.
Yes, we're gonna rule over these other nations with a rod of iron, man. You know, and the brother read holds fast until Yahweh shall return, man. You know, this wisdom and knowledge and truth, man. You'll never take this wisdom, knowledge, and truth, man, this understanding light. And don't ever take these scriptures and the understanding of these scriptures light. Man. Don't ever take the work that you're doing, come out here in the highways and byways, uploading videos, you know, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, and doing what's pleasing to Yahweh Shah as something lightly, man. You know, it's very, very serious and great thing that you're doing. It's the greatest thing on earth that you can do.
If I may add to what you're saying, at the end of Revelation, I believe it's like the 21st chapter, the Lord says He's come to give every man according to their work.
Exactly. Reward every man according to his work. That could be a good reward or a bad reward, man. Hey, regardless, hey, Israelites are gonna receive a reward. We want to receive a good reward, man.
You know, we want to get that A+ and that star.
Yeah. We want to be those men that the brother was reading about in 2nd Ezra, man.
Oh yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Y'all read that earlier?
Yeah.
Well,
is that it? Oh, come. Yeah, go ahead there. You got one too? Wherever you see fit,
Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will get to Israel set them in their own land.
Yep, he's going to have mercy on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as the brother was going into earlier. You know, all Israel shall be saved. What verse is that?
Romans 11th chapter. Verse 7.
Go ahead, bro.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
Yep, the other Israelites. Go ahead.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. The house of Israel shall possess them from the land of the Lord, servants and handmaids.
Yep, that's right, man. Hey, we're gonna possess these other nations, man. Okay, 26. We're gonna possess these other nations for servants and handmaids. Man. All right. Go ahead, bro.
In the land of the and they shall take them captives, whose captive they were. They shall rule over their oppressors.
Yeah, see, we're gonna rule over all of our oppressors, man, whether present or past. Because we're under the captivity under all these nations, man. So we're gonna have all you other nations enslaved.
That's right.
You know? But Esau gets the worst end of the stick, man.
Shit,
He got the short straw.
He got shit in it.
Yeah. So hey, your captivity, man.
Shit on that.
Your captivity gonna be worse than these other nations' captivity, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
They shall come to pass in that day. The Lord shall give you rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear.
Yep.
And from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to
Yeah,
serve.
man, and the fear and the hard bondage, man. Hey, a lot of our people are fearful of what Esau can do to them, man. That's why the scripture says in Isaiah the 30th chapter, man. You know, who do they fear? They fear the modern day Pharaoh, man, who is the so-called white man. That's who they fear. They don't fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Go ahead, bro.
That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon.
The king of Babylon, man. Hey, who's ruling right now, man? The so-called white man, and mainly concerning these wicked elites. Man. Go ahead, bro.
And say, how have the oppressor ceased?
Mm-hmm.
The golden city ceased.
Yep.
The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked.
Yeah, broken the staff, the power of the wicked. Man. You know, their ability to manipulate and deceive the whole earth, man. You know, he's gonna break their staff. Without their staff, they don't have nothing, man. Without their power that Yahweh has given them, they ain't got nothing, man. You know, and they know that, man. They know without their power and control, they're nothing, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, ain't a scepter of rulers. He who smote the people in wrath
with a continual stroke, going into one of the verses going into Ezekiel the 31st chapter, man. You know, and a perpetual hatred towards you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and he never wants to let you go.
35.
That's right. Go ahead, bro.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger.
Person, hey, because he can never be satisfied, man. Because he's angry, man. He's mad. And what does that anger go back to, man? Anger goes back to the birthright, man. You know, and Esau ain't never not gonna be angry because of that birthright, man. What he say? He said, when my father dies, I'm gonna slay my brother. Hey man, he's got a bicker, he's got a gripe against Jacob, man, against you so-called niggas. Yeah, shit goes. It's ancient anger, man. You know? So he can never be happy, man. And if you're always angry and you can never be happy, that means you can never be satisfied, man. Go ahead, bro.
That's persecuted and not hindered. The whole earth is at rest. And it's quiet.
Yeah, this whole earth is going to be at rest because this devil is polluting everything he gets his hands on. Go ahead, bro.
They break forth singing.
God.
Yeah, the fir tree should rejoice at you. And the cedar of the Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, the pillar is going to rest.
And so the whole earth is going to be in rejoicing state. All right, the land, the sea, the water, the animals, you know, the whole earth, and even the outer space, man. Outer space is dealing with Esau shit.
How you gonna call it space junk?
Yeah, they trying to pollute, throw trash in the space, the oceans, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
Didn't they in the ancient times have burn pits?
Burn pits, man.
Yeah.
God.
That's what Esau.
You know,
what they got down there in Norfolk trash tower, and then over here in Petersburg, over there by the landfill off of 36. They got that big ass trash field.
And then they got all these different factories. They got all these different factories that shoot up all the.
Yep.
Here it is.
Oh, down there in Hopewell.
Yeah, Hopewell. You know,
right there by
all these factories. Yeah.
Yep. Philip Morris.
They spew all type of chemicals in the air.
Guess who live over there? Jake.
It's always in Jake area. It's always in Jake area.
The most cancerous area.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's a spot like that in Norfolk, right before you go over the bridge, the black pole, your charcoal, whatever, with the boat.
Yep.
So most cancerous area is in that location where Jake lived in the hood.
More ways ways that Esau is slowly killing your ass.
Yep.
Slain.
That's
Yeah,
sword.
that's sword.
That's
Yep.
sword.
That's another one to keep in the back of my mind.
And then he wraps it all up in a white paper.
White bow?
No,
White box?
he wraps all them chemicals up in a white paper roll and puts a filter on it.
Oh, yeah.
And says,
Yeah.
"Look, smoke it to get an extra hit."
Yeah.
And you're already breathing. Then
Yeah, I
take,
know, right?
take it directly
Take
to
some
the
more.
head. He said, "Take it to the head."
And
Go ahead.
it's like
Go ahead, bro.
if I may, and it's so devilish. His own media will tell you that it's cancerous, and you still indulging in it.
You read 2 words.
His own media telling you it's destroying you. Right?
Come on with a cigarette.
Con,
It's on the
con.
back.
Yeah,
It's on the back.
Same thing with liquor. This cause whatever harm.
Yeah. Esau said, "The blood's off my hand." I told you.
Fuck truth and
Can't
plain
blame
sight.
me. It says it'll kill you.
Right,
You know?
right.
Put on that. Yeah. That's how destroyed our people are, man. You know, like we was going into earlier, Esau sees that the people are right, for the picking, so to speak. For him to push that, Caragua, man. You know, we got the people right where we want them. They're right now is the most acceptable time, for them to accept this Caragua willingly, because they really need the majority of the people, at least 60 to 70%, to accept it willingly. We'll get the rest by fear tactic, and taking away stuff. Won't be able to buy, sell, won't be able to go here, do that. Won't be able to feed your kids. They'll fall in line after that, But there's gonna be a small percentage that ain't gonna take it.
That's word.
Go ahead, bro.
Hell from beneath his roof will be beneath as they come. It stirred up the dead, even all the chief ones of the earth. It raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Verse 10, all they speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the dwellers of thy real fire, worm is quite under, and the worms cover.
Yeah, see, Esau don't want to be a regular guy. That's what he fears the most, just being a regular human being with no power, just standing there. He's just there. That's his biggest fear, man. He don't want to be like these average people. He don't want to be like you average Edomites, man. He's talking about these wicked elites, man. Having no power, having no army, having no defense, having no shelter, not being able to hide nowhere. Everybody knows who your ass is now. Now this man's being exposed and the hood's being lifted off him, but you still got a lot of people that don't think he's the wicked. So he's not completely exposed without a shadow of doubt, so to speak. And there's gonna come a time that everybody's gonna know who his devil is, man.
If I may ask what you're saying, this was reading Obadiah, he was like 1:5, 1:6.
Yep.
The Lord has made you small and most
Small, man.
insignificant. Yeah, like this as the brother was saying, he saw it be in the same state as the Edomite people here. They still small and insignificant. Like first they don't want to keep us. The Lord is allowing us to expose. Yeah, my shit died too.
And I
Go
might say
ahead, bro.
too, Esau, he needed his power.